At this game, the last for Robert Shaw. Fitzroy need a big start. Down it goes. Up will go Vidovic and take it, knocked it out because the ball went his side of the ground. In goes David Grant, couldn't pick it up. A free kick coming up already, and Fitzroy have got it.
Jimmy.
And this free kick has gone from Baldwin over to Jimmy Wine. And Wine hand passes out to Ruse. Ruse kicks out toward the half-forward flank. Trying to take the mark was Matthew Armstrong. It's come out to James Manson. It's gone for a shocking hand pass, but it came off. Indeed it has, as it goes from Wine down there toward half-forward. It's kicked long, and it's going through, and it's going to go out of bounds from Anthony McGregor. Now, originally that started with young Trent Cummings for Fitzroy, and they've moved it down to their scoring zone. The ball is 15 metres away from the behind post at the Geelong Road end. Fitzroy kicking down that end during this first quarter, and the ball comes toward the dock. The dock gets underneath, try to get a free kick, missed it. Came out to Nathan Burke, and Burke in turn is going to hand pass the ball over to Shannon. And Robert Harvey's there as well. Harvey carrying a lot of weight these days, simply because he hasn't played a lot of football. In goes Cummings again. Cummings got it down to the dock. The dock gave it to his teammate, and that was Hawking. Hawking couldn't pick it up. And going in is Devonport to take the ball away for the StKilda side. And now they're going to place a little bit of pressure on Fitzroy. As Packett got it over to Robert Harvey, and Harvey up to the centre wing. That's the Doug Hawkins wing, and the ball is going to go out of bounds over there to be thrown in.
Not quite yet, Harry, but the ball is kicked forward for StKilda, up towards half-forward, but Dunstan is playing in front of Winmar across half-back. Dunstan takes the mark and switches play, but it's a dangerous kick. He's looking for Zanotti. Good use of the body by O'Brien. It swoops little Bowie, who run into the open goal and miss from point-blank range. Well, a very, very bad kick by Dunstan to Zanotti. Nearly brought them undone, and a very bad miss by Brett Bowie. It looks like it's Everett, Damon, Shaw and Fode on the bench for StKilda. I got Rossi, Lyon and young Rowan Wolf for Fitzroy. Missed the third one, so the first score of the match, behind kicked for StKilda. Stuart Lowe playing at full forward, Craig O'Brien beside him in the pocket as the ball is kicked back by Big Paxman. The ball comes out to half-back. Here's a chance for Timmy Pekin, playing his 100th game for StKilda and his 207th of his career. And Nicky Winmar takes a beautiful mark in the forward pocket. He was up high, and Nicky has marked. And he's going to have a shot for goal from about 30 metres out on about a 45-degree angle. So a chance for the Saints to kick first goal. Winmar, Grant and Lowe and O'Brien all playing up forward for StKilda, with Lockett not playing. That's the big news of the day, as Winmar kicks for goal, and he kicks beautifully. That's right over the head of goal umpire Greg Kennedy, and there's a goal kicked by Nicky Winmar. As we check the score here at the Western Oval, StKilda 1 goal, 1-7, and Fitzroy yet to score.
Well, I was going to ask David Hannon from Pink Noise, our technical man here, to give us some crowd noise.
He has.
But it wouldn't make any difference because the crowd is all Fitzroy around here, and they're not even making one little sound at all.
And the big news is, Harry, too, Ablett out and Benny Gale out in the game up at Princes Park.
So the ball bounced down on the centre of the ground, and up went Manson and tapped it out for Fitzroy. It's gone out towards McCarthy. McCarthy moved it on toward Jason Bauble. Coming in nicely is the StKilda player Nathan Burke. He's got it over to Harvey. Back it goes with a nice hand pass to the running Burke. And Burke down, trying to find his teammate down here. It'll be Lowe. Lowe whips out a hand pass. It's gone nicely. Oh, just the... that's at the right side or the wrong side.
Right.
He's put it through. Wayne Thornborough. Big lad for the StKilda, and they've kicked their second goal. And I want you to know it's against the breeze. The breeze does favour the Geelong Road end. The breeze is going over into the cemetery corner. That's the outer forward pocket at the Geelong Road end. And already StKilda has kicked 2 goals against this breeze. They're 2 goals, 1-13, and Fitzroy yet to score. Bad start for Fitzroy. They've got a lift.
And the ball back in the centre. As umpire Prince puts it down, it's a perfect bounce. Best man wins. Manson against Vidovic. Comes down to Jimmy Wine, who got one high. And Jimmy gets his second free kick in the centre. Quick hand pass away to Armstrong, being tagged by Dean Anderson. It's kicked wide. McCarthy of Fitzroy leading in the race for the ball. Peckett is there. Runs him out of bounds. Not quite. The hand pass comes back to little Chrissy Johnson. Oh, McCarthy got one a bit high. Now the ball spills free to Peckett, whose hand pass is intercepted by Johnson, who gets it away to Hawking. Hawking a left footer down towards the dock. Beautiful punch away by Shanahan. Into the forward pocket it goes. Grabbed by Lappin for St Kilda. Oh, he shows good balance. Gets a hand pass away to Shanahan. Shanahan gives it on to Peckett. Good running football by the Saints. Peckett gets it out to David Grant. Grant at half back into the centre looking for Big Thornborough. Too tall. Drops a plum putter. Should have held the mark. McGregor knocks it across. We'll get a free. Advantage Will paid. Comes to Ruse. Ruse should kick a goal from 50 metres out. And he has kicked it right to the goal line. And it's marked by the Doc.
Gee, the Doc could have got that over then to young Johnson. Johnson still on his own. The hand passed it over to him. It's a goal.
And the Doc, true to all full forwards, he's within 40 metres, Harry. Have a shot for goal.
Yeah.
Jason Dunstall's the only one who lays them off. And the Doc is right back on an acute angle.
Then the Doc is outside the boundary line now.
Now he walks in. He'll just swing around and nonchalantly pop this one through. Don't worry about the Doc missing this one, Harry. And it goes over the head of the goal umpire, Mark Powell, down there. And there's the first goal for Fitzroy. And the Doc's kicked his 25th of the season. Leading goal kicker for Fitzroy. What a disappointing season. Leading goal kicker with only 25 goals. Fitzroy, one straight goal, 6. Leads and trails St Kilda, the Staters, at 2 goals, 1, a total of 13 points.
Now, Tommy Laeth, what do you think this breeze is worth?
I'll say about 2 goals, Harry. I'm having a look at the sock down there, and it seems to be blowing into the corner on the Gordon Street side of the ground.
Okay, so ball down on the centre of the ground. Good bounce this one, and Manson will win it. Manson down, goes to over there to Brad Boyd. Boyd back to Zanotti. Zanotti twists out of trouble, gets to Manson. There'll be a hand pass onto the running Jimmy Wind. Wind to Fitzroy down toward half forward. Up will go young Johnson, comes back for it too, gets it. Whips out a hand pass now to Cumming. Cumming with the left foot, snap it, goal. 4 points coming up. Unless the Doc wants to touch it. Why on earth would you do that, Doc? Gee goes, you must know where the goals are, surely. And he was on the goal line, and he tries to mark it one hand, drops it, and it goes through for a point. Well, that's disappointing. StKilda at 2 goals, 1-13. Fitzroy 1-1-7. And the ball has been kicked in short. They haven't got it yet. They're now about to pick it up. It was picked up over there by Frawley. Frawley went for a hand pass. It's gone back to him. Now Frawley kicks it short. Coming in here to take it is Anderson. Anderson's got it for St Kilda. Half-back flank. Kicks up to centre wing. Fly for it. Thornborough up first for St Kilda. Couldn't take the mark. Ball coming toward the centre wing position. And over there will be Jason Baldwin, and he'll run it out of bounds. He's actually marked the spot where it went out of bounds, so the boundary umpire does not get confused. Well, the boundary umpire wouldn't like that, I wouldn't think.
It's on this side, Harry. I better take it as it's thrown in. Up goes Manson with Thornborough. The ball in front of the pack to Boyd. He's, well, the ball spills out. It's kicked forward for St Kilda by Devonport. Out comes Dunstan to spoil. Winmar does well, but the crumbs are beautifully gathered by Beardsley. Bardsley runs inside 50, has a bounce and has a shot at goal, and has put it through for another goal to St Kilda. Little Christian Bardsley. He's put it through. And a few polite claps from the St Kilda fans. And the Saints answering everything Fitzroy throw at them at the moment. 3 goals, 1-19. And Fitzroy 1 goal, 1-7. Gentlemen, Johnny Proven, have you got any scores from the other matches? I know Hawthorn and Richmond have probably not started, but what about Essendon and Carlton?
Yes, at the MCG, Essendon 1 goal, 1 to Carlton 1 point.
Pretty bad football then, Tommy, between Dunstan flying against his own teammate. And they made a mess of it. Anyhow, Vidovic gets up. Johnson at Fitzroy's in there, battling hard at the centre ring. He tries to whip it out. He loses it altogether, goes to Bowie. Bowie of St Kilda drives it down. Stretch was the other player that was flying when he should have been down. And the ball comes out now in the direction there of Paxman. And he'll put it over the boundary line. Deliberate, says the umpire.
That's ridiculous.
That's on this weekend. Billy Dallow has been talking to them this week. There you umpires, if they put it out deliberately, you give a free kick, because it happened last night and it's happening again today. Now next week it'll be something different, and the umpires will react again. So here's Lowe kicking from the boundary line. They'll fly for it. Thornborough's up. Can't take the mark, and it's punched through there by Fitzroy's Johnny Barker, and they've conceded it behind. So St Kilda moved to 3 goals to 20. Fitzroy 1-1-7, and the ball about to be kicked in. Put it in down there by Seacombe. And Seacombe out there trying to find Bruce. Can't take the mark. Ball goes to ground. It's opportunity here now for Fitzroy to put it over the boundary line. They do that through Johnny Barker. And the ball is out of bounds almost on the 50-metre line for St Kilda. On the outer side of the ground, that's the Doug Hawkins wing. And on the half-forward flank, and here's Brad.
Yes, it'll be Thornborough from St Kilda up against Paxman. There's a throw in. Thornborough gets the tap down, picked up by Winder Fitzroy. He's on the outer wing, kicks up to the central wing, and I might have been out in the full. No, it's a mark there by McCarthy of Fitzroy. Goes by hand quick to Ruse. Ruse under trouble. Back to McCarthy. Links up with Stretch. He breaks a tackle. Gets the kick down towards centre half forward. Here's Cummings. He's interfered surely with his opponent Lappin, and St Kilda's Lappin will take the free kick at centre half back with light rain falling at the Western Oval. Lappin now brings it towards Peckett. Peckett with a chip kick comes over and finds Grant. Grant, they haven't gained much territory, but they've switched play. Grant goes with a hand pass and links up with Peckett. Peckett again another short pass and finds Bardsley. Now St Kilda to attack with a long kick down the centre half forward. There's Lowe up high, stretches his hands out. Seacon tries to claim the mark. He's not paid. Comes to the ground. Manson's in there for Fitzroy. Hand passes wildly. Ball's on the ground. In goes Johnson of the Roys. He can't pick it up. He's showing some skill. Play on's the call. And the kick's taken away there by Seacon. Towards Barker of Fitzroy. Free kick to him. No, to St Kilda. And don't those Roy fans dislike it. It's a free kick to Thornborough. He goes with a short kick, looks for Winmar, over his head. Poor effort there by Dunstan of Fitzroy. He can recover though, and he'll relieve and finds a Stretch of Fitzroy.
And Stretch immediately does do that. He stretches out and picks it with the left boot. Cumming pushed his opponent in the back, play on called the umpires. Now Cumming comes up and kicks it off the ground. He's socketed well. He'll get it on the volley. Hand passing out to the open. Here's a chance for Simon Hawken. He picks it up. He's running into an open goal. Got a big chance here. Gets it right across the face and lucky to get it behind. Fitzroy moved to 1-2, a total of 8. St Kilda's in front by 2 goals, 3 goals to 20, and we've been playing 11 minutes into the first quarter, and the scoring end should be the Geelong Road end.
And very interesting to see that Timmy Peakin's going everywhere with Paul Ruse. David Grant is playing on Baldwin on the wing, gathers, kicks the ball up over the wing. Zanotti taps the ball away from Beardsley. Good handball from Nathan Burke to Bowie. Tries to give it back to Bardsley, and the ball has been hand passed over the line and out of bounds. Between wing and half forward here at the Western Oval. St Kilda 3-2-20, and they lead Fitzroy. I think that should be 1 goal too. Was that a behind or out of bounds there? They haven't put the score up, have they?
Was it behind, I thought?
Yes, 1-2-8. And the ball down in front. Here's a hand pass coming from Bowie across to Vidovic, who gives it onto the running Anderson, who gives it onto the running Devonport, who goes to 40 metres and fires to the open goal. And good work by the big fellows. Paxman dropping back there. He touched the ball right on the line. That kick by Devonport just a little low. I think he could have gone harder and higher, and it's only a behind. So St Kilda, now the score's right. They are listening to us, boys. Well done, St Kilda 3-3-21. Fitzroy 1-3-9. That's, Fitzroy 1-2-8, 3-3-1-2. There's the kick by Paxman, a beautiful kick almost to the centre. Manson tried to knock it on, Baldwin does. He's tackled, gets a hand pass away out to Johnson. Chrissy Johnson for Fitzroy, love his haircut. Runs up towards the square line. Here's the dock coming out in front of Shanahan, who spoils well. The spillage is gathered by Peakin, who handballs away for Lappin. Lappin off the left boot, looks for Big Hollow in the back pocket. He picks the ball up and runs out of bounds as Hawking came in. And there'll be a throw in about 40 metres from the behind post.
Okay, Brad.
Fitzroy 1-2, St Kilda 3-3. We've gone 12 minutes waiting for the throw in within the 50-metre arc here at the Western Oval. Fitzroy attacking. Big pack rises for the throwing. Comes down to Lappin of St Kilda. He's smothered. Hurry kick out by Anderson of the Saints. He finds an opponent though. This is Baldwin of Fitzroy. A kick to centre half forward and finds Wine. Bounced up his chest. McGregor backs up for his teammate. That's a throw. Didn't pay it the umpire. In there goes Vidovic of St Kilda. Hand passes out, but it comes over towards Hawking of Fitzroy. He blazes the goal, but it's a behind. Fitzroy 1-3-9, St Kilda 3-3-21, and St Kilda looking good early in this quarter.
Yes, they've got too much pace. They're leading the race with the ball, and the Fitzroy boys are making quite a few mistakes in their ball handling.
Well, Hawkins had 2 opportunities, missed them both on his natural kicking foot. And there's a lovely kick in. It's come straight out from Grant there to Devonport. Devonport of St Kilda takes the mark. It goes loose though from his kick. Over to Jason Baldwin. Fitzroy into attack. Winds inside 50. Bombs away. Long kick. Point at best. And it's just that. So bad misses by Fitzroy. All the time in the world then. Steadied. Had a deliberate shot at goal. But couldn't find the big opening. So St Kilda 3-3-21. They're leading Fitzroy 1-4-10. Ball kick short. Goes down there to Shanahan. Shanahan takes the mark and will hand pass it now over to Peakin. He's playing his 100th game for StKilda today. He drives it down to Frawley. Frawley's almost half-back flank on the member stand side of the ground. Kicks across the to the centre of the ground. Anderson's there. He'll hand pass and link up nicely with Vidovic. Vidovic back now to this boy in Peckett. Peckett goes for a bounce for the Saints. Drives up. Up he comes down, and he's going to try and find a teammate, and he's got Devonport. Devonport's in his side. I'm sorry, I should have said O'Brien. The ball goes loose, picked up by Nathan Burke, and he races into an open goal. And where is Fitzroy missing? Nathan Burke blums away, puts it straight through the centre, and StKilda go further ahead. StKilda a 4-3-27. Fitzroy 1 goal 4-10. Tommy Layer for quick comment.
Well, they got too much nip around the packs. They look like Jack Frost, the StKilda boys. They're getting the ball out from the centre. They're driving it down, and they're yards faster than their Fitzroy opponents.
I'd love to see that Nathan Burke in a top side. Gee, he'd be a great footballer. He can play anywhere, and his skills and his determination, wonderful player.
Incidentally, he is taking a little bit easier today because he's not running on the ball. He's allowed that honour to Bowie, and he's playing half-forward flank with stretch on him.
Here's the bounce in the centre of the Western Oval. That drizzle still coming down. Poor bounce, or actually it favours Vidovic, but Manson can get the ruck work. He finds Johnson, who's been prevalent for the Roys. The kick down. He'll look towards Roos, who's playing at full forward. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Lappin laps it up, and he'll go out wide, and he'll find his teammate in Peckett. Peckett from the right back pocket for the Saints. Kicks, and he'll find a teammate. The mark's taken there by Anderson. Links up with Frawley. Frawley, a long kick down towards the half-forward line. Might have gone too far. It's a Fitzroy mark, and it's been taken by Dunstan. Dunstan now for the Roys. Now, last week against North, they didn't kick too well in that first quarter either, the Roys. Can they do better now from the second half of this first term? Kick down towards centre half forward, punched away by a Lappin of StKilda. Big thump. It goes right to the outer wing. The ball might be out. No, still play on. Fitzroy go in, picked up there by Manson. Manson comes over, but his hand pass is taken by the player in Bardsley for the Saints, and he kicks down towards Lowy. Can't take the mark, out of bounds, and StKilda in the...
free kick to Fitzroy. I think, no, he's going to pay. I thought he paid a free to the Fitzroy defender, Paxman. Sorry, Brad.
OK, been playing 18 minutes, and StKilda 4 goals, 3-27. Lead Fitzroy 1-4-10.
And a good knock by Manson. Gives McGregor a bit of a run at it. Harvey comes in to put him under pressure, does it well. Side bump, but Harvey is down, picking himself up a little gingerly, but he's OK. It was good pressure by Robert Harvey. And just repeating the big news here from the Western Oval, Tony Lockett didn't take his place in the side. Gordon Fode coming into the StKilda 21. Tapped out the back by Vidovic to Devonport. Devonport drives it deep, and here's Stuart Lowe in front of Paxman this time. The long bomb in from Devonport is doing pretty well on his wing, and Stuart Lowe is marked 40 metres out from goal on a slight angle. Now he comes up about 7 or 8 metres from the man on the mark, Paxman, and marks the turf. And he'll go back. So Burke, Winmar, Bardsley and Thornborough have kicked goals for StKilda. And against the breeze, which appears to be more across the ground than favouring the Geelong Road end, but certainly slightly down there. They lead by 4 goals to 1 at the moment, as Stuart Lowe kicks rather tentatively, but it might be just enough for a goal. I think it is. No, it's not.
How about a free there against Winmar for going up too early?
Yes,
yeah.
Behind to...
the umpire saw it clearly too. He's going to pay, and he gave it the all clear for a behind.
4-4 to 1-4. And a quick score check, Johnny, from the other games.
At Optus Oval, Geelong 3 straight goals to Richmond, 4 points. The MCG, Essendon 2-2-14, Carlton 2-1-13.
Their ball's been kicked in at a shocking effort to mark by Stretch. He may recover. He eventually gets back on his right boot. It was like a plum pudding, that one. He's got raisins all over his face now as the ball goes up towards centre wing. Comes back into the centre of the ground. Get it out to Boyd if you can. And doing the hard work is Jimmy Wine. The ball coming back now over there to... Oh, Dunstan. What a shocking kick by Dunstan. He kicked the thing with the left boot. It dribbled off his boot. It's been picked up by Vidovic. Vidovic up towards centre half forward. Robert Harvey of StKilda. Over to Winmar. Inside 50. Blazes away. And it's going to be through for 1 point. Just missed. Oh, the danger signs here for Fitzroy early in this game. We're coming up toward the 20-minute mark of the first quarter. And StKilda 4-5-29. Fitzroy 1-4-10. And somebody's got to lift for Fitzroy. They need somebody out there to go and do something spectacular. Playing his heart out at the moment has been young Johnson. Here's the kick in. Right down to where nobody can take it. Running for Dunstan if he can do something this time. Let it go. He's got it. This time his kick's better. Down where Ruse is. Ruse has been held. Ruse takes the mark. Must get the free kick. He was being held down there by Frawley. And he's paid the penalty for that. Anyhow, the ball with Paul Ruse. A matter of 30 metres out from goal. Pegan will stand the mark. In goes the kick. Goal umpire stands like a sentry and just puts his head up in the air and says, all clear, sir, and salutes the goal by Paul Ruse of Fitzroy, and they needed it badly. StKilda in front, 4-5-29. Fitzroy at 2-4-16. Had to get that both ways, Tommy, either a mark or a free.
Well, he should have got 2 kicks, but Harry would have been better off.
Well, they need a couple of quick goals. There's no doubt about that, Tom.
Yes, I certainly do, but that was brought about because a long kick that time from Dunster, who's missed his kicking up earlier. A long kick down to the centre of the ground and away it goes.
Manson gets the tap out in the centre, goes to ground. Brady Boyd, nice name that, gets the kick. It's a rainmaker down towards half forward. Picked up there by Hawking of Fitzroy. The left boot's around quickly. Ruse is running out along the half forward line, but the boundary line's going to beat him, and it's going to be a throw in. Fitzroy 2-4, StKilda 4-5. We've gone 20 minutes in the first term, and the clock above the clock, the normal clock stopped. It's been 1:30 since 12:30 here.
It's been 1:30 since 1989. Correct. I'll tell you about it shortly.
Okay, the throw-in comes out the back. It was taken away by Frawley of the Saints. Looks over towards Hollow. He can't pick it up cleanly. Comes out to his teammate Lappin. Free kick though, coming back to Hollow. He must have been held.
He was.
Thank you very much, cousin Smokey.
That's
so
right,
Hollow to relieve from centre half back for the Saints. Comes over towards the members wing of the Western Oval. Ball comes to ground. Picked up by Grant of StKilda. Goes over towards Bowie. He links with Harvey. Here come the Saints again. The short pass looks below. He overruns it. Backing up there is Seacamp for the Roys, and he will relieve for the Lions. Takes a bounce. Goes over the top. He finds his teammate in Dunstan. He's on the outer side, half back, going to hand pass. Now he kicks up high to the wing. 2 players wrestle for it. Umpire calls play on. In there was Shanahan of the Saints. Over the back top, was that Ruse over on the far side? McCarthy of Fitzroy. But he was bumped out of bounds, and the ball's going to be thrown in on the Doug Hawkins wing. Hawking and Hawkins. It gets a bit confusing. Hawkins. Well, there you go.
Well, StKilda at 29 points, Fitzroy 16. We've been playing here 22 minutes. Here's the smoke.
And the ball thrown back into play. Grabbed by Vidovic. He kicks it high up towards half forward. Bowie out in front of Stretch. Punched away by that player. Hand pass comes across to Armstrong. To Boyd. Back to Armstrong. Shocking kicking towards half forward. Young Lappin is first there, and he cleverly taps it back, but too cleverly for Hollow. Picked up by Hawking. Hand passes forward. Can Cummings run onto it? He does. Into the open goal. Yes! Goal! Beautiful play. Well, young Lappin was a bit stiff there. He knocked it back for his teammate Hollow, but he was running a bit fast. And Trent Cummins, and those effects are working now, Dave. Don't worry about that. Fitzroy a 3-4-22, StKilda 4-5-29. The Saints by 7 points. Give me the Hawthorn score and the one at Princes Park, Johnny.
You're not interested in Hawthorn.
At Waverley, Adelaide 1 straight goal to Hawthorn, 3 behinds, and at the MCG, Carlton 2-1-13 to Essendon 2-2-14.
Rossi Liners on for Fitzroy as we see the ball about to be bounced in the centre of the ground.
Cummins off, kick the goal and he's off.
Okay, down it goes. And this bounce will again go towards Vidovic. He'll get there first. He punches it down, but it's picked up by McGregor of Fitzroy. Down he goes, trying to find his teammate Hawking. He went down, couldn't take the mark though. It comes out to Robert Harvey. Tackled, well tackled. Ball goes short. Baldwin takes the mark. He hand passes it out now to his teammate in Armstrong, wrong-footed. The umpire's down. Oh, round the neck, Uppy. What about it? And Boyd runs onto it for Fitzroy. Ruse is in there. Boyd, have a shot at goal. He does. And he's put it through.
Hit the post. Poster.
He's put it through, but it hit the post. It went through and came back and hit the post.
Someone shifted the post, Harry.
And it's through for a point. Well, that was a bit disappointing, but it's a goal the difference now. And the ball has been kicked in. Very short here. And it goes out to Dean Anderson. Anderson of StKilda. Half-back flank. Kicking out toward the centre wing position. They fly for it. Up goes Manson. Can't take the mark. All Fitzroy up. No one down. Great tackle. Play on call the umpire. Ripped out down to Baldwin. They're playing with a bit of spirit and fire now. Baldwin down. Going in there is little Johnson. Johnson takes the mark for Fitzroy. And he'll kick from 50. He'll kick from 50 metres. He comes in now. It's a funny-looking mongrel punt. The ball down. It was over the shoulder there to Roos. Playing called the umpire. Nathan Burke will get there first. Burke of StKilda onto the right boot. Kicks it down here. Peckett's got the mark for the Saints. Hand passes over to his teammate. That's little Lappin. Lappin onto the right boot. Shocking kick. Chance here for Fitzroy. Jimmy Wine's got it. Jimmy Wine gives it to a teammate. Looking for somebody to lead down there. Oh, great mark, McCarthy. And McCarthy of Fitzroy has marked on the 50-metre line. They're kicking to the Geelong Road end. It's a goal the difference. Now, can he ping this? Their long kick. He's got the breeze in the right place. Malloy is coming on for Fitzroy. Didn't pick up who went off. Johnny Allen knows. Manson off. McCarthy taking a lot of time over this kick. It's almost 26 minutes played. He moves in now. Danny Frawley can run up to the 50-metre line. In goes McCarthy. The long kick. Wrong. Yes, it's come back. I reckon it's a goal. The goal umpire reckons it's a goal too. And the score's a level. That's a fight back by Fitzroy. 5-5. 4-5, 29, and it could be 5-5, 39-5. They'd still be equal as we go around the grounds with John Provan.
At Optus Oval, Richmond 1 goal for 10 behinds to Geelong 3 straight goals. The MCG, Essendon 2-3-15 to Carlton 2-1-13, and at Waverley, Adelaide 1 straight goal to Hawthorn 3 behinds.
Yes,
here's a centre bounce. Vidovic goes in uncontested. He was pushed out. Free kick to Vidovic against Malloy.
Yeah, that umpire makes a mistake by not being able to bounce it and then gives an easy free kick.
Vidovic lays off to Devonport. Devonport just runs around Malloy. He's in the centre of the ground. The Saints go forward. Up goes lower centre half forward. No mark can be taken. The ball jars out. Comes to Zanotti of Fitzroy, and he'll play for the safety of the boundary line. Will it beat Harvey of StKilda? No. Harvey picks it up. Looks for the hand pass. He finds Shanahan on the wing. Shanahan now with the right boot to centre half forward. Up goes low again. He still can't take a mark. In goes Baldwin. He hand passes and finds his teammate in Dunstan. Dunstan goes over to Malloy. He's a bit slow. Ball comes out now to Bowie of StKilda. And Lowy's in the centre when the goals go by himself. He takes a mark this time. No, he has paid a free kick for over the shoulder. And the Saints have a chance here to sneak ahead off the boot of Stuart Lowe.
He'd be lucky to kick it. He's only 10 metres out, but he's on a bit of an angle, and he's no certainty to kick this.
And to think could not possibly miss this one, surely, to goodness. Could not possibly miss Bradley.
Okay.
Come on, Bradley, tell us he put it right through the centre.
He'll kick it down. Is that the Barclay Street end, H?
That's it.
Yes.
Thank you, H. And there's the drop punt from Lowe. Goal up bar doesn't move, and it's a goal. StKilda 5-5, 35 to Fitzroy 4-5, 29, and we're deep into time on. 29 minutes gone, first term. Smokey.
Okay. No, never mind about Smokey. What about Tommy? Yes.
Tommy.
Well, that was very encouraging to see Lowe kick a goal. Harry misses more than he gets, but Fitzroy got back into the game because they're starting to get the ball and kick it long and go direct down the ground.
Okay, here's the smoke.
And the ball back in the centre. Umpire Chris Mitchell, see if he can do a decent bounce. Young Malloy rucking, centre bounce against Vidovic. It favours him, he grabs it. Quick hand pass to Burke. The old 1-2, Burke on for Grant. Grant had the fingertip it forward. Runs into stretch, kicked off the ground by Bowie, in danger. No free kick. Bardsley gets one high. It's Bills to Bowie. Hand passes to Mick Thornborough. He handballs wide for Devonport. Devonport goes towards goal. Yes. Oh, they're wasting opportunities. It's Blazer Roosevelt, but Nicky Winmar, well, he couldn't complain because he did the same thing himself before. Craig Devonport kicks his second behind, and they go to 5-6-36, the Saints, leading the Mighty Lions 4-5-29, 7 points in it here at the 29.5-minute mark. And there's a long kick by Paxman, who kicks the ball in beautifully. Oh, yes. Beautiful mark there by Big Thornborough. Gets the hand pass away to Frawley. It was a poor one, but Frawley gets through the back. Stop him, Fitzroy. Frawley from 50. Goes long towards full forward. No one home. Oh, he drops the sitter. The big fella Paxman and Stuart Lowe picks up like a rover and kicks the goal. Well, what a cherry bomb mark mixed by Paxman. Right in the square. And Stuart Lowe kicks his second goal in a minute and gives the Saints a 13-point lead. 6-6-42 to Fitzroy, 4-5-29.
Well, that's heartbreaking, Tommy, isn't it, for a man on his own, senior football, to miss a mark like that.
Harry, some of these blokes wouldn't get a mark in Germany.
Right. They wouldn't have much to spend, well, as we see the ball back with the umpire, and down it goes. Up go the two rucksmen. It was the big Vidovic to knock it down, but it came out to Armstrong. Armstrong down to where Fitzroy come racing out, and they've taken the mark through line. Line will go short to the running Brad Boyd. Boyd, you got to run onto it. You called it. It's in your back. You're not going to get a free kick. He now hand passes. It's off the ground, and Little Johnson's kicked a goal. Well, Johnson did that, not young Boyd, I'm sorry. Boyd should have run onto that much better. He didn't. But when he went down, he saw that Johnson was there. He handballed. It didn't go to Johnson. It went in front of him, and Johnson ran onto it and booted the ball through for a goal. So Fitzroy's got one of them back. StKilda a 6-6-42. Fitzroy a 5-5-35. 30 minutes played, and the game is at least close and a bit exciting. Okay, out in the centre. Here's the umpire.
Balls to be bounced, perfect bounce, straight as a gun barrel. Vidovic gets the tap out. It's taken though by McGregor of Fitzroy. Goes down to centre half forward, and the mark's taken by Ruse. Great mark, Ruse. He'll move it on quickly, goes to the chip pass, and he finds Wine. No, it's Baldwin, and Baldwin will be about 25 metres out, maybe 30 by the time he kicks it, and he'll be on a slight angle, kicking with the breeze on his tail towards the Geelong Road end. Fitzroy trail by 7 points, 32 minutes gone. First term on the simulcast, WRB and INR. In comes Baldwin. Kick this goal. The drop punt is perfect. He's got it. Fitzroy 6-5-41. StKilda 6-6-42. 31 minutes gone. And Johnny Proven, have you got a score down there?
Optus Oval, Geelong 6 straight goals to Richmond 2 goals 5, 11 points.
What was that?
2-5-17.
So it's 6 straight. That's 36 points to 2-5-17.
That's correct.
Okay, well, there might be a bit of a breeze down that ground. You never can tell.
7 scoring shots to 6, though, H. And the ball's back in the centre. And umpire, what's his name? Prince, it is, comes in to bounce the football. Vidovic goes up against Manson. It's tapped down by Vidovic to Harvey. Harvey gets a left foot kick hurriedly out of the centre towards half forward. There's O'Brien in front. Gets tackled. The ball spills. Good tackle, not rewarded. Grabbed by Big Manson. Can they get another one before quarter time?
No, they
can't, because there's the siren. And it's quarter time, and the Fitzroy fans are applauding as if they've won the premiership. And Stan Elves is going out there and really revving into his players. He's out there like a flash. And the score here at quarter time, what a game. Where are the back lines? StKilda 6 goals 6, 42. 1 point up on Fitzroy. What a thrilling first quarter. 6 goals, 5-41. 1 point the difference in favour of the Saints. 2 goals to Lowe and singles to Burke, Winmar, Bardsley and Thornborough. And 4 Fitzroy, Ruse, Chris Johnson, Wilden, Cummings, McCarthy and Baldwin, the goal scorers. Quarter time and the Saints lead by a point. Johnny, quickly, what are those other scores?
Optus Oval, Geelong 7 straight goals 42 to Richmond 2-5-17. Waverley, Hawthorn 5 behinds to Adelaide 1 straight goal. And at the MCG, Carlton 2-2-14 to Essendon 2-3-15.
Okay, with all of those scores, let's take a break for major sponsor announcements.
ICI is proud to be Footscray's major sponsor and wishes the Bulldogs every success in season 94. Part of ICI's involvement with the club centres on the Care for Kids program, which concentrates on helping school children in the western suburbs. Leading Footscray footballers visit various primary schools and get involved with the children, helping them to read better.
Now 3WRB has rejoined us. Fitzroy down a point. Close game. StKilda 6-6-42 and Fitzroy 6-5-41. The quarter actually went 32 minutes according to that clock, but I wouldn't believe that clock. I don't think it works properly, the time clock here at Footscray. And I was going to explain to Brad about the reason why that clock's at 1:30. And I'll do that when he gets back here. We're about to get underway for the start of the second quarter. I don't think we'll even got time for Tommy Lowe to tell us what he thought of the first quarter. But, because there goes the siren to sound the bounce down for the second quarter. And it's 1 point the difference, with StKilda going down to what I believe would be the scoring end. And it's raining out here at the Western Oval. This one's a perfect bounce, so best man win, and that was James Manson. Slipping over is Burke. The ground's going to be very slippery from this point on. Going in is Ruse. Ruse hand passes it out towards McCarthy. McCarthy can't pick it up. He does get a hand pass in, though. He's gone to Boyd. Boyd in turn slips it across nicely. Here's an opportunity for Fitzroy. Goes out to Dunstan. Dunstan in turn, linking up with McGregor. Fitzroy into attack at the Barclay Street end. They fly for it. Nobody can take the mark. Should have been a StKilda free kick. Gets out toward Anderson. Anderson takes too long to pick it up. He's going to get a charity. Playing the ball and gets a free kick for holding the man. That was against Johnston. And the ball kicked out now, out wide. He's going to link up over there with his teammate. And he's got him under control, and somebody's come out in long sleeves. That'll be young Lappin. Lappin in for StKilda. Kicks it down nicely. Thornborough took the mark and he whipped it out nicely. Got it out there toward his teammate Peckett. Down now to O'Brien. O'Brien for StKilda. Kicking it long, trying to find Lowy. Lowy has a second go at it. Playing called the umpire. O'Brien races back down into the play. Comes off hands, picks the ball up, shoots at goal. And that boy can kick a goal. There's no doubt about that. And O'Brien has put it through for StKilda 7. So they got first taste of blood into the second quarter. 7-6-48. And Fitzroy 6-5-41. Tommy Layer for comment.
Well, StKilda started off as they did in the first quarter, Harry. They run the ball down the ground. The smaller players are giving them plenty of drives, and they're just able to pick the ball up, and they're making better use of it than Fitzroy.
Okay, have we got a score? A score from other grounds at all there, John?
Quarter time at Waverley, Adelaide 2-2-14 lead Hawthorn 1-5-11, and at Optus Oval, Geelong 7-1-43 to Richmond 3-6-24.
And the ball has been bounced in the centre of the ground. It comes out to the half-forward flank for StKilda. In goes Burke. Burke goes for a grass cutter. Flying low is low, and he has taken the mark. Now that was really skimming into the ball, and he slid in beautifully to take the mark. Centimetres above the grass. So Lowe has got the mark, and he's shooting at goal from 40 metres at the Geelong Road end. Already the StKilda side have opened the quarter with a goal to O'Brien. Another one here would be very, very handy for them. He moves in. I think he's booted it. His kicking's improved. He's kicked 3. And StKilda go to 8-6, a total of 54. Fitzroy 6-5-41. And that's a handy break, Tom.
They're very handy, Harry, but they've got the breaks early in each quarter, and Fitzroy have been able to fight back. But they're a bit loose on the back line, they're playing a bit behind, and the StKilda boys are capitalising on it all the time.
Here's the smoke.
Ball back in the centre with umpire Prince. Check those other scores with Johnny shortly. And the ball is bounced. Don't get excited, Johnny, just for a minute as Vidovic goes up and gets the tap. Free kick will go to Fitzroy. Go to Matty Armstrong, who was grabbed in the middle. Harvey was breaking away with the football. Armstrong comes to the members' side for Jimmy Wyatt, who takes the mark. Plays on quickly. Low ball, a good kick, but well spoilt there by Grant. Got a fingertip to it as Ryan went for the mark. Lyon's hand pass just away in the nick of time. In goes the boy there, McCarthy. Paddles it forward to Lappin. Lappin of StKilda gets it to Anderson, who knocks it across for Devonport, who went for a little kick off the ground. Now it comes back to McCarthy. It comes to McGregor now, tackled by Shaw on the ground for StKilda. Footy's getting slippery. Well played by Armstrong as he smashes it about 20 metres. Bounces nicely for Zanotti. He's well tackled though by Bardsley. In goes Winmar. He's held out of the contest.
Do you think he did?
Yes. And the ball is knocked forward for StKilda. It's going towards the wing on the Dougie Hawkins side. Picked up by Damon Shaw for the Saints. Up towards the big fella Thornborough. In they go. And there's going to be a free kick to Fitzroy. That'll break it all up. Low tackle trip. And Stephen Stretch will take the free kick. 8 goals, 6.54 StKilda. 6-5-41 Fitzroy. Just check those quarter time scores. Essendon 2-3, Carlton 2-2. And in the big one, Geelong 7-1 to Richmond 3-6. Here's Bradley Beitzel on 96.5 and 97.4 FM.
Hawking was up high for the Roys. Couldn't take the mark. Comes to ground. In goes Winmar for the Saints. He appeals for a free kick. Fitzroy laying over the ball. Should have been a free, Harry, but they love bouncing the ball. I would have thought in these conditions where it is raining that they would prefer to pay the free. But look, it's going to be bounced. The Roy boys attacking side of the square. Bad bounce. Ball jars out towards Armstrong, gets it towards Malloy, kicks down to centre half forward, out goes Roos, he can't take the mark, there's Boyd, takes the hand pass over, gives it to Cummings, Cummings shoots for the Roys, and he's got the goal, kick from 25 out, that's his second, he's back on the ground this quarter, Cummings, and Fitzroy edged closer, 7-5-47, St Kilda 8-6-54, just 2 points away, Smokey, cousin Smokey from 8-8, and we've gone 5 minutes into the second
Both sides
term.
could get it, Bradley, both sides.
Certainly good.
Okay, quick comment from you, Tommy Layeth, please.
Well, that was well done. A good bit of play by Fitzroy. They run the ball out of the centre. Firstly to Armstrong, he shot the ball down, and it was Cummings who run into an open goal and whacked another one on for the Roys.
Okay, ball bounce in the centre.
Stephen Stretch gets it out for the Roys to centre half forward, but Winmar's there for the Saints. He takes a good mark overhead. Bit of appealing for wasting of time there against Wilden, but no, he'll go behind his mark, will Winmar. Kicks out, he finds Nathan Burke all by himself on the Hawkins wing. He'll go down to centre half forward, but leading out in front was this time Seacamp at least. Bad hand pass there by Zanotti. It finds Thornborough. He's pushed off the ball as he kicks it for the Saints towards their goals, and it'll go out for a boundary throw-in. Was that in the side then of Thornborough H, that push, or was it in the back?
No Lockett today, no Ablett, no Benny Gale, and Billy Brownless has kicked 3 goals in the first quarter for Geelong.
And the ball about to be thrown in down here. It's about 30 metres away from the St Kilda goal. It's in that cemetery corner. Up went Thornborough, came out to Zanotti, and it should be allowed to play on. But the umpire, he's doing all the signalling, and he said, I'm going to take it back and give it to James Manson. Now Manson decides to have a kick. He boots it round. He's trying to find McCarthy. McCarthy used the body. Didn't get the ball, though. Comes to ground. In goes St Kilda. Holding the ball. No. Another bounce. And that was Robert Harvey going in there. 5 minutes gone into the second quarter, and Fitzroy trails. St Kilda 8-6-54, 7 points up on Fitzroy, 7-5-47.
And the rain is tumbling down at the Western Oval.
Bring out the windscreen wipers.
Umpire Mitchell in 2 minds whether he'll bounce it or throw it up. He bounces the footy down. Not a very high one. Stretch gets a tap out. Goes to Frawley. Touched off the boot, says the umpire as he kicks into the forward pocket. Out comes Big Low, and Paxman is there. And the ball's across the line and out of bounds, and it's about 30 metres from the behind post. Now Johnny Proven, while you're getting these scores from the other matches, you've got to get out there and wipe the glass of the commentary box so we can see as the rain tumbles down. Up goes a beautiful tap by Manson across to Armstrong, whose hand pass comes out. That's okay to Big Barker. Barker clears for Fitzroy towards the wing. Tapped away from McCarthy by Frawley. Here's a chance for Fitzroy. As Baldwin goes for a hand pass, comes back to McCarthy. On to Jimmy White, he should love these conditions. Jimmy kicks to half forward. And a good mark. No, he's not played. Peckett comes through. Absolute robber. In goes Armstrong for Fitzroy. They've got a chance here as Matty Armstrong out of the centre. Kicks to half forward looking for Little Cummings. Lappin is there to spoil. In comes Roos. Handballs back to Dunstan. Back to Cummings. Clean bowls him right through his legs. He goes to ground. They come at him. Oh, there's a St Kilda player grab without the football. And he'll get the free kick, Timmy Pekin. Tireless Timmy Pekin in the half-back line for St Kilda. And he's going to take the free kick. And Harriet's on the other side of the ground. You better take over.
Okay, it's a long way away as we watch Jimmy Wine go up there. Knocks the ball away from Grant. And it's over the boundary line to be thrown in.
Ooh,
and Fitzroy's supporters. You can hear them. They're starting to hoot as we watch the ball about to be thrown in. Now Johnny Proven has gone up onto the roof and he'll be hanging from his feet to wipe this rain away. We've got all sorts of problems from the rec air box, but it comes out now toward David Grant. He kicks it toward the boundary line and it's over and out, and Devonport also came in to help there for St Kilda.
There's Rocky too, he's here today.
So it's out of bounds. And that is Rocky 2, not Rocky 1. Because
no, Rocky 3, 4, 5 and 6.
Rocky 1 is at Gooch and Herod. As we see the ball go up they'll go. It went from Vidovic over to Jimmy Wine. Pick it up first, Jim. Jim gets one in the back. Play on calls the umpire. Goes to Devonport. He's been tackled round the head and everywhere. Play on again. And umpire Mitchell, he gives himself another big hug. He's right behind the whole pack of players. Umpires today don't know anything about getting on the side of the play to see what is really happening. And so he goes for the weak way out and a bounce. Down it goes. Up will go Manson and tap it out, okay, but gives it straight to Robert Harvey of StKilda. He chips it to Burke. Burke's away onto a left boot. Goes for a hand pass instead to Bowie. Bowie back to Burke. Running onto it though will be Devonport. He's just outside the 50. Kicks long. Could be danger. Up goes Low. Touches off his fingers and through for a behind. So Fitzroy trail. We've got StKilda creeping closer. They're 8-7 at the moment. 8-7-55. Fitzroy a 7-5-47 is Brad.
Ball to be kicked in by...
He's easily distracted.
By Paxman. Paxman of Fitzroy kicks it straight down to the centre half back. Up goes Manson. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Kicked out there by Damon Shaw of the Saints. He finds an opponent. It looks like Paxman again. He hand passes to Zanotti. He's under pressure. He gives it over to Barker. He was under pressure too for the Roys. Comes into a pack of players. Winmar punches it out for the Saints. Picking up there is a stretch though. He takes the kick up to the mark, to the wing, and it's taken by Armstrong. A lovely mark out in front of Shanahan. No, Anderson at least of the Saints. Goes over the top with a chip pass, and he finds a stretch. Stephen Stretch that is of the Roys. Left wing Stretch down to centre half forward. Wheeldon's there. Was he held by Shanahan? The Roy fans think he was. Comes to the ground. Bowie picks it up for the Saints. Over to Harvey. Harvey loves that hand pass. He finds his teammate in Devonport. He goes over to Lappin. Lappin to Bowie. He's into a centre half forward now. Where's Lowe? Lowe, will you take the mark this time? He can't take it in the pack, but it comes out towards his teammate in O'Brien. He was held. Ball comes down. It's a goal to StKilda. Sure. Damon Shaw's got it. Damon Shaw of the Saints got the goal. And StKilda race to 9-7-61 to Fitzroy 7-5-47. We've gone 10 minutes into the second term at the Western Oval, and the Saints have skipped away to a 2-2 lead. Here's Tommy Layoff, the legend.
Well, there's no doubt about it, but once they get the ball up on their forward line, they're converting a lot, StKilda. Their smaller players are diving on the ball and they're kicking accurately, but Fitzroy is starting to rush at the ball, making quite a few glaring mistakes.
Now we'll have a new around the grounds person after half-time.
And the ball's tapped down by Vidovic beautifully for Harvey. Harvey gets the hand pass quickly on to Bowie. Bowie goes bang down towards full forward.
In the back.
In the back, Harry, yes. Everyone here saw it. Against Stuart Lowe, and it will go to Big Paxman. Big Paxman will take the ball quickly and pop it over to Harry's favourite footballer, Camp.
That was Johnson who gave it then.
Was he?
So Johnson's my favourite today.
Well, that's all right then. And Zanotti's limping off the ground for Fitzroy.
I don't think he's limping. I think he's been taken off.
And he limps off. And young Wolf, Rowan Wolf comes on. And they're fiddling around. Nathan Burke gives it across to O'Brien. They lost that fiddle while Ryan burned. And Craig O'Brien runs in and kicks his second goal. And the Saints go further in front. Well, that's silly, fiddly football by Fitzroy down there. 10 goals, 7-67 StKilda. 20 points up on Fitzroy. 7-5-47. Johnny Provan, I want to know what the score is at Waverley Park. I think the others might still be at quarter time. Thank you, Johnny.
Yes, Adelaide 4-4-28 lead Hawthorn by 11 points, 2-5-17.
Oh.
Don't know whether I want to know it.
Okay, the ball coming back into the centre of the ground, and we'll get the other scores as well as we wait for umpire Mitchell to bounce the ball. We've got another one that's going on and off. Down goes the ball in the centre now. Up went Vidovic and tapped it down, but it went to Jimmy Winder Fitzroy. He kicks up toward half forward. Wheeldon taps it across, trying to find a teammate incoming. Couldn't do so. Ball goes loose. In goes Bowie. Handed it to his opponent, or to his teammate over there. It went to Grant. In goes Hawking. Hawking should have gone for a big hand pass. He didn't bother. Goes to Armstrong. Armstrong at Fitzroy, trying to find his teammate. He's got him, and Dunstall's got it nice. Dunstan in turn to Johnson. Johnson's hand pass a shocker. Straight to Anderson. Anderson comes screaming down the ground. Kicks downward, should have been a mark. Damon Shaw's got it again. Thornborough had that bounce off his chest. Oh, there's a free kick. Fitzroy, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, murder.
No, Harry blown the whistle, put his hand up for time on. He couldn't play on over the mark. You're an old umpire, you know that.
Jingo's umpires ought to have more brains. You could see that was to the advantage, but he didn't play it, and Fitzroy come out of the half-back line up towards centre wing. Up went James Manson, tapped it down okay. It's gone out there to Cumming down in turn, trying to find the teammate in Roos. Roos can't take it. Oh, that's got to be a bad tackle, surely. And Fitzroy will get this one. Well, you got it now, lad, so you can get up.
He can't.
It's young Cumming again. Got one round the head, and we can go round the grounds, please, Johnny Provan.
Yes, at the MCG, Essendon 3-4-22 lead Carlton 2-2-14. And at Optus Oval, Richmond 3-6-24 trail behind Geelong 7-1-43.
And the kick was a missed kick. Went out to Simon Hawkins. That's just as bad. Up goes Fitzroy, trying to take the mark. Devonport's there. He's going to be tackled. Can't get rid of it. In goes Johnson. Johnson and Fitzroy breaks the tackle. Long kick at goal. Both the forward and the back are down their backside. And
Shanahan's free kick.
How do you work that out?
Well, he was the front man and he was dragged down. That's why. The umpire was right there.
No way known. Both of them wrestled themselves to the ground, and Shanahan comes up with a free kick.
Oh, yes.
Okay, Brett.
Okay, Shanahan to kick in, to go for a short pass to the outer wing, and he finds Lappin. Lappin takes the mark at left half back. A bit of feeling in this game now. Lappin goes towards Pekin at centre half back, and he's been paid a free kick, but being pushed in at the front until he's going for the mark. By hand, he finds Winmar. The Roy supporters don't like this. Winmar goes to the outer wing. He finds Bowie. He'll take an awkward bounce. He'll now steady. Goes to the big drop punt. We look for low. Not this time. It's a Fitzroy mark. Good mark, Seacamp. Seacamp quickly. He goes over to a teammate who links up and finds Armstrong in the centre. The Roy's are coming forward. Brad Boyd goes to Ruse. And Ruse at centre half forward takes the mark for Fitzroy. Great game this at the Western Oval. Ruse a short pass, and the Doctor's in town. He's taken the mark, and Doc Weldon has marked about 30 metres out, slight angle against the breeze though towards the Barclay Street end. He'll be kicking, and we've gone 16 minutes in the second term.
Must kick this.
He's gone into Gordon Street.
He's gone into Gordon Street. Appropriate name for the Western Oval, as Doc Weldon hasn't kicked a goal yet, has he, Smokey? He's kicked one, goes for number two. The drop punt's awkward, won't make the distance. I think Winmar might have been holding his
Mark
opponent
to
out.
Fitzroy.
No, the umpire's going to bounce it. I thought
Fitzroy
Hawking was being held.
No, he didn't. Bounced in front of him.
Well, that umpire would know because, as you said before, Bradley, when Pekin got that free kick, the Fitzroy player just knocked the ball away, didn't even touch the man.
He's bounced the ball about 20 metres away from the Roy goals. The ball was punched straight out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in. Oh, we would like a goal here, Fitzroy supporters. 7-5 plays 10-7. The Saints leading. Here's the throw in. There's about 30 players around this throw in. Comes to Peckett of StKilda. He jars it out towards Bowie. He gets a short kick. Harvey can't take the mark. Lapping up is Wine for Fitzroy, and he finds McCarthy, his teammate, at just about the true centre half forward position. Now he'll go back for a set shot. Fitzroy won a goal. McCarthy's trying to direct traffic. On the mark is Big Frawley, the StKilda captain. Maybe his last time is in that role. Captain for what, 8 years, Smokey?
Yeah, record, he's the longest serving.
And we'll have McCarthy come in. Want to send a quick cheerio to a few of my leader friends who are here today. Jimmy Bruce and Peter Janke. They were listening to the simulcast and they said, it's great to hear you, Harry. As McCarthy comes in, 45 metres out. The drop punt. It gets held up a tap by the breeze. Goal umpire moves across. It could be a goal. It might have snuck in. It has. That's his second. And Fitzroy, 8 goals, 5, 53. StKilda, 10 goals, 7, 67. We've gone 19 minutes. Good game here, Tommy.
It is a good game. The ball's getting slippery now, and they're starting to spill a few marks. But I think that Fitzroy may get back into the game because they're just starting to get it out of the centre a bit.
14 points the difference here at the 17.5-minute mark of the second term as Prince bounces the ball in the centre. Up goes Manson with a full head of steam. The hand pass comes from Boyd to Wine. Wine kicks out of the centre to centre half forward. Up goes Ruse. Out the back of the pack. Chrissy Johnson with blistering pace. Can he pick it up? He can't. He kicks it off the ground and it goes to the wrong side of the post and it's through for a behind. Oh, he had a chance if the ball had bounced right for him. 8-6-54 Fitzroy. 10 goals, 7. 67 StKilda, a 13-point lead of the Saints. The ball in short. And a good spoil. The pass was for Grant. In came Boyd and knocked it away, and it's over the line and out of bounds on 50. Just looking to see if Johnny's got any scores for us. But wait for a minute, Johnny. Don't get too excited. The impetuosity of youth, mate. Up goes Hawking with Bitovic. Bitovic, the long hand pass away to Harvey. Harvey over the top to Devonport. He goes to go out a fresh air kick off the ground because it didn't bounce for him. In goes the dock. He can't pick it up. Anderson gets a hand pass away for St Kilda. Comes out to Harvey. It's pretty slippery. He knocks it on for Winmar. Winmar kicks the ball about 3 metres. Grabbed by Shaw. Shaw gives it back to Burke. Burke goes in towards the 50-metre line, and it's marked in defence by Harry's favourite footballer, Harry Seacamp. Seacamp plays on, has a bounce, runs outside 50, bangs it back towards the Dougie Hawkins wing, and it'll bounce out of bounds for a throw-in, and you love it when it's on the other side. Harry, no, it's come back into play.
Yes, and Winmar's got it now. Winmar boots it down long, looking for Lowe. Lowe does stretch and gets the ball under control. Goes for a hand pass back to Winmar. Winmar's trying to find a teammate, Nathan Burke. Burke's got it. Burke's got a free kick. He's way out there in the half-forward flank, the furthest point from the ground, but the youngest eyes have got it under control as we see Nathan Burke come in now, run around the player on the mark, boots it long, they fly for it, nobody can take it. Baldwin gives it a real thrash to Fitzroy. Johnson runs onto it, misses it badly. In went Big James. The ball comes to ground. Opportunity for Fitzroy out here. Boyd goes for a hand pass straight to Winmar, the wrong player. Winmar back down, and now it's an opportunity here for this boy O'Brien. O'Brien fires on goal, but puts it through for a point. StKilda go to 10-8-68. Fitzroy 8-6-54. It's 14 points the difference. We've been playing into the time on by half a minute as we go round the grounds. Yes, Johnny Proven.
At Optus Oval, it's Geelong by 33, 10-3-63 to Richmond 4-6-30. At Waverley, Adelaide 4-4-28 by 11 to Hawthorn 2-5-17.
And Thornborough takes the mark from the kick in. He then hand passed it back to Anderson. Anderson tried to find Lowe. The ball was knocked to ground. Lappin got hold of it. Bowie's got a chance. Don't tell me Bowie's going to get a free kick.
Should it be free kick for holding it?
Well, umpires, you've got no hope, mates, because Mitchell, you're down there. You ball it up, and up this end, he gives a free kick for laying over the top of the ball. So how can you win? Righto, Brad, take it from here.
Here comes Mitchell, 25 metres out. The umpire bounces. Thornborough up against his opponent, also number 30 in Manson. Comes straight to the ground and will bounce it again. And I know how those Fitzroy supporters feel, because last week those Demons got a similar treatment out here at the Western Oval. Awful bounce by Mitchell. It's gone straight to Lappin of St Kilda. Here's a short pass into the goal square. Running out to meet it was Paxman. Paxman runs the ball in front of him. It's picked up by Thornborough. Jarred out towards Anderson. He's going to play for a free kick. Doesn't get it. Ball jars again. This time it's picked up by Harvey. Will he go for a hand pass? No, a short pass. Oh, it should have been taken by Bitovic. It was intercepted. Well played by Seacamp. The ball comes to ground. Now Shanahan picks it up. It's been forced back towards the centre. I thought Harvey was too slow there. Now Shanahan's too slow, but the umpires let it go. Bitovic gets the kick down to centre half forward. Up high goes Manson for Fitzroy. Couldn't take the mark. Levin picks it up. He's tackled. Give Fitzroy a go, umpires. It's taken away now by Stretch. You can feel something better in this game. Stretch's kick is up towards McCarthy. McCarthy can't control it. Hand passes back towards Harvey of St Kilda. In the back. Give it to St Kilda.
He will. Harvey's pushed in the back, and Harvey's got the free kick for St Kilda. Quite correctly, umpire there right on the spot. And there'll be a free kick to Robert Harvey. And the Fitzroy fans are going crazy. And Harvey will take the kick near the point of the square in defence, and he goes across to the Dougie Hawkins wing, and it's marked by Nathan Burke. And the Saints lead by 14 points, but there's plenty of feeling in this game. Sides 13 and 14 on the ladder. Burke pops it over to Bardsley. Bardsley on the wing. Dougie Hawkins side. Can the Saints get another one before half-time? Up goes Big Low. The ball to ground. Here's a chance for Anderson. He's going goal, and he knocks it forward for little Lappin. Young Lappin in the forward pocket. The angle acute. He goes for goal, and he's put it through. Beautiful goal by Lappin. And the Fitzroy fans are hooting. They're very upset. And the Saints go to 11 goals, 8. That's a total of 74. And they're 20 points up on Fitzroy. 8-6-54. And Harry, well, you're a Fitzroy man. You're an umpires man. What do you think about the umpiring and what are they doing to Fitzroy here today?
Tommy Laird, could you give us a comment, please, on the game?
Well, that's a bit different to one of the umpires, Harry. They're doing a lot better, StKilda. They're using the ball a lot intelligently. They're getting the ball to the ground, they're picking it up, and they're kicking for goal. That's very accurate.
And the ball down in the centre of the ground. Up goes Vidovic. He's winning in the ruck now. He punches it out nicely. Lappin playing a good game for StKilda. Drives the ball down. Mark being taken over there by Seacombe. Seacombe of Fitzroy and half-back flank. Kicks out to the outer side ground. Wing. He's kicked it out of bounds on the full. And that's bad. And the ball is going to be taken over there by Nathan Burke, and he'll hand pass it over to Robert Harvey. Harvey in turn goes back onto the right boot, kicks it long, looking for the lead by Thornborough. He throws himself at the ball and takes the mark. StKilda outplaying Fitzroy just at the moment. Thornborough right on the boundary line in Cemetery Corner. That's down at Geelong Road on the outer side wing. And we wait for him to kick the ball. He does now. It's on its way. The goal umpire says it's out of bounds. And it's out of bounds. He signalled to the boundary umpire. The boundary umpire puts up both arms in the horizontal position. And if you've been in that one, you know what I'm talking about. And it's out of bounds on the full. So StKilda 11-8-74. They're leading Fitzroy 8-6-54. And the ball kicked back in, this time by Seacombe. Seacombe got it out, right out there. In goes little Matty Armstrong. Better after a slow start. He's kicked it out wide. Trying to bear down on the ball was both Frawley and his opponent, the Fitzroy boy McCarthy. Neither one could get to it, and it's gone out of bounds to be thrown in. Here's Brad.
On the Hawkins wing at the Western Oval, 20-point lead to the Saints. Fitzroy want a goal here. Up goes Hawking of the Roys. He goes up against Vidovic, gets the tap out. He can do his own roving, but the boundary line and umpire will beat him. And another throw in. Well, Fitzroy 8-6-54, StKilda 11-8-74. 25 minutes gone, second term. Now, StKilda with the breeze going to the Geelong Road end. There's the throw in. Hawking again up against Vidovic. Goes down the throat of Wine. He couldn't control the ball. And once again, the boundary line is going to beat the players. And we've got a bit of a stalemate on the outer side, but the ball's been forced about 20 metres closer to the Saints' attacking zone. No Lockett here today, but plenty of action at the Western Oval. We'll do it again. This time we've got Manson going up, but he does the tap work and it goes straight to Harvey of StKilda. Beautiful pass, Harvey. He is a workhorse, is Harvey. He finds Burke. Burke in hand goes to Pekin of StKilda. Looks for low. Up he goes. Punched away by Paxman of the Roys. Comes to ground. In goes Bowie of the Saints. He's trying to work the ball out. He's well tackled. Play on as the call. Just ball discharged out. Damon Shaw takes it. The simplest of goals. That's his second. Gee whiz, he wasn't... No pressure there at all from the Fitzroy back line. I thought the umpire's whistle had gone. And Fitzroy has skipped away. They're now 12-8-80. Sorry, StKilda 12-8-80. And Fitzroy 8-6-54. 28 minutes gone, second term.
And 26 points difference there. Righto, let's get a score from around the ground.
Come on, Johnny.
The ball back in the centre of the ground.
Optus Oval, Geelong by 33, 11-4-70 to Richmond 5-7-37. At the MCG, Essendon 4-4-28 lead Carlton 3-5-23. And at Waverley, Adelaide 4-5-29 trail behind Hawthorn 4-8-32.
And kicked by Burke down towards full forward. Low comes out. Should have got a free kick, didn't. There's the ball, hand passed away from O'Brien. In goes Big Thornborough. He takes the fortnight through, goes low. Oh, they're all going in, and the umpire said, oh, and Harry's delighted. Lowe said, well, he had his head ripped off, but the umpire didn't see that. And so there's a free kick of charity to Fitzroy to Barker. Barker kicks it across towards half-back. It's marked out there by Paxman. He gives the hand pass to Seacamp. Seacamp up towards the wing. Oh, up high was that...
Boyd.
Boyd it was. Down there, it's hand passed away by Pekin, close to the boundary line. The hand pass comes back to Harvey. Harvey will kick it in towards Vidovic, but the siren sounds. And it's half-time at the Western Oval in the big game. Exclusive broadcast on 96.5 and 97.4 FM. That's 3WRB and 3INR. And let's check that scoreboard. StKilda 12 goals, 8-80. Up by 26 points over Fitzroy. 12-8-80. StKilda, Fitzroy, 8 goals, 6. A total of 54 points. The Saints led by 1 point. At quarter time, they lead by
on, and their short game was no good at all until they had improvement when they started to kick the ball long.
Okay, thanks to that, Tommy, and the ball down in the centre, and Manson knocks it to half forward. Winmar's going to be in the way, boots it off the ground, kicks it out wide to the Dougie Hawkins wing, and it's going to be raced over the boundary line to be thrown in. So it's in front of the quit sign. Another one of Fitzroy's sponsors. In fact, they've got all these ground signs here. They're allowed only 4 up at Optus Oval, Princes Park, Collins, Coventry and Country, but they've got about 44 around the grounds here as the ball is thrown in, and there's another free kick going to StKilda. Went to Vidovic against Manson. He handballed the ball quickly and went straight there to Burke, and Burke kicks toward half forward, or almost centre wing, and it's out of bounds yet again. It's out of bounds where Johnny Blackman came from. The should have been coaches' clubbers over there. Now Johnny's staying in the box because it's raining down here, and why not? We don't want him to get a goal before tonight as the ball goes to Vidovic, and Vidovic's hand pass has gone astray. Picked up now by Matthew Armstrong. Hand passes to Dunstan of Fitzroy. He's booted to centre half forward. They go for the mark. No, they don't. The ball bounces past him. Rossi Liner's running onto it. So too is the Doc. Doc Weldon of Fitzroy socks it toward the boundary line, tries to keep it in. Almost thought he threw it, but it goes back indeed. This time it's coming toward McCarthy, playing in gloves. It goes now toward Harvey of StKilda. He kicks it out of the danger zone, and now there's an opportunity for StKilda to come away with the ball. They've got it nicely through Bardsley. Bardsley down toward Bowie. Bowie running onto it, keeps the ball in play. Almost looked as though he's going to handball, but he's a little fella, so he doesn't. And he kicks it now down toward Lowe. Lowe can't take it under control. It will be going straight to Thornborough. Thornborough hand passes it over, goes to O'Brien. O'Brien to Shaw. Shaw's got his third. StKilda's got their 13th, and they're going further ahead. StKilda now at 13.886 and Fitzroy 8.654, and we've played 2 minutes into the third quarter. They did it well, Tommy.
Very well, Harry. Well, it looks as if Shaw has lost his opponent, Harry. He's kicked 3 goals, and he has not had anyone with the Bulls roaring when he's kicked them.
Might have B.O.
Well, he may have.
Anyhow, here's the smoke. He's on fire. And I think he might have just swallowed quickly.
And the ball is a shocking bounce by Mitchell. It goes to Bowen, whose hand pass goes to Jimmy Wyatt. Off the left boot, he kicks up to 50. Bouncing ball gathered by young Cummings. No, he knocks it forward. Here's McCarthy with Pacey's tackle. Gets a hand pass away. Through comes Chrissy Johnson. Tried to kick it off the ground. Ball spins out to Cummings. Cummings at centre half forward. Can't pick it up. Shovels it. Oh, there's a high tackle. Give him a kick, umpire, if you don't mind. Even I saw that. As Packett comes in, paddles the ball out to Winmar. Winmar a left foot kick. How you seen that one, Johnny, round the corner? Close to the boundary line as Armstrong comes in and dives over. Yes, he can stand up and see it. Out of bounds at right half forward. That Fitzroy player, well, his head's still on the ground off his shoulders. Unbelievable. And the boundary umpire will put it back into play. This is Justin Delaney.
Would that be the worst decision you've ever seen?
No, I didn't say that. And there's the ball. It's hand passed out to Burke. Burke gets a hurried kick back into the centre. Billy's got 6 at Princes Park. There's Big Thornborough leading in the race for the ball. Hand passes it back to Devonport. Devonport off the right boot, up towards Lowe, who's run outside 50. Paxman's there to spoil, does well. Lowe falls over. The ball bounces back. Shaw's got it. He hasn't got it. He must have the mumps. He gets the ball back towards Timmy Pekin. Up to O'Brien, who gives his opponent a little nudge out and takes the mark. And stages for 50. You've brainwashed me. I'm starting to be like... And here's Bradley Beitzel now. Come on, Bradley.
Kicks into full forward. Up will go Thornborough for the Saints. Can't take the mark. And there's the Scotsman, McGregor, rushing the ball through for Fitzroy. But StKilda get the behind. And
all that accent sounds like is a Fitzroy lout.
Fitzroy lout. Well, you know all about that because you grew up in Fitzroy.
He was one.
Kicking the ball in will be Armstrong for the Roys. The drop punt straight down the guts. He looks for Wharf. Could be pronounced Wharfy. He gets up high. Couldn't take the mark. Comes to ground. Good work there.
Come on, Jim.
Goes straight to Manson. He went between his legs. Pack forms. Ball's being punched out. Let's see what happens. StKilda on the ground there. Goes towards Lowe's. Could be a goal. It's past him, but no, it's hit the boundary post, and it'll be thrown in. Now,
the boundary post. Well, that's an interesting one.
What would you like me to call it? H?
A behind post, I'd say.
Right, I'll call it the behind post where the ball will be spun in, as Smokey would say. 8-6 to 13-9. StKilda lead in the StKilda attacking zone. Comes to ground. Armstrong gets a kick away. This could be out in the full, or Devonport will take the mark. He'll get the free kick. It is out in the full. and he will be 52.5 metres away from his goals. He'll go for a short pass, too easy. Anderson here by himself, snaps it up. Ex-Hawthorn star. How many premierships did he play in, Smokey? Anderson.
3.
He's going to shoot from 30 metres out.
89 and 91.
And will kick to the Buckley Street end at the Western Oval. 5 minutes gone, third term, and all of a sudden St Kilda look to be, well, every time I say they look to be in front. Hattie remonstrates with me as Anderson kicks, and it's a goal. Fitzroy, 8 goals, 6, 54. St Kilda, 14 goals, 9, 93. And 5 minutes gone, third term. And Tommy, is it all over for the Roy boys here?
Yeah, I'm afraid it is, but they're not picking up. There's players running on their own all over the ground. You must, in any game, you must have a bit of defence, and at present, Fitzroy have not got any.
Okay, so the ball back in the centre. We go to Danielle for a score around the ground if we've got any. In fact, we'll get given a notice because that's another shocking bounce.
Centre square.
Fitzroy's going to get a free kick. There's too many players in the centre square. Any scores at all, Danielle, yet?
No, not at this stage. There's been no addition.
Okay, thanks, Danielle. And Jimmy Wine's got this free kick for Fitzroy. He'll boot down towards centre half forward. Roos comes out, takes the mark on the chest. He placed it there beautifully for him, did Jimmy Wine. And now he'll kick it long. It was meant to be a torpedo punt. It's one of those mongrel ones. The ball comes to ground. Fitzroy being held down there. Blanc called the umpire. Right line goes in. So too does the dock. They're all over the top of the ball. There'll be a hug on here in a minute, and the umpire does it. Gives himself a lovely hug. They are in love with themselves, and he will bounce. He's bouncing at Fitzroy's, well, it's closer than centre half forward. It's 30 metres out from the goal at the Geelong Road end. Fitzroy need one, and they need it desperately. They go up, and it was McCarthy who tapped it down. And now it's been taken off Vidovic's boot by Little Cumming. It was well done there, and an opportunity for a score. This comes, it's Brad Boyd, and Boyd with his left foot snap has missed the goals, and it's through for a behind. So Fitzroy claw toward 8-7, getting closer to that magical number, and one hopes that Johnny is here for it. St Kilda 14-9-93. Fitzroy 8 goals, 7-55, and the smoke's on fire. Here
He won't be going anywhere. It's raining, Harry, as Timmy Pekin kicks the ball out the half back, out the back of the pack. Paul Roos gets down. Handball away for big Jimmy Manson. Misses the target. Manson goes in. Has the ball socket away from him. Back goes Nathan Burke. The ball, the umpire's blown the whistle.
Jimmy's got a free.
Free kick to Fitzroy. Jason Baldwin, is it?
Yep.
Kicks the ball in towards Dunstan in the centre. Up goes Nicky Winmar. Spoils beautifully. Left high to punch the ball away. Through comes Stretch, but the free kick's been awarded to Fitzroy. Hanging on.
Something's gone wrong here. Fitzroy's had 2 in a row.
Stretch has got it. Stephen Stretch has got the football for Fitzroy right in the centre of the ground. Gives it by hand across to Jimmy Wind. Wind inside 50. Punched away by Shanahan. That's as good as a kick. It goes back to the centre. Jimmy's got it again. Hurried kick towards half forward. McCarthy's got the gloves on again, and he charges out from inside 50 and marks about 53 metres from goal as Jared Malloy comes back on for the Roys. So Fitzroy, well, if he misses this, Harry, what will the score be?
88-56.
Thank you very much. I'd like to hear that, Harry. St Kilda 14 goals, 9.93. It's even made Johnny Allen's hair stand on end. But he hasn't got any. Fitzroy 8-7-55.
Gee whiz, it'll be all day before we ever get a chance to call. 88-56.
He's got on his long service leave.
It's like Michael Holding bowling off his long run. And he's spotted a couple of Spunkaroonies in the crowd. Going back to the boundary line. Here he comes.
Well, he's not as big as Michael Holding.
He's run right to the mark. Danny Frawley started back inside the 50-metre line, then came back. Now, he said, righto, umpire Prince has got to get into the act. He struts in, waves his arms like a traffic policeman, and here, oh, it's a shocker. Goes 20 metres forward and about 30 metres sideways. Winmar couldn't hold the mark. Grabbed by Harvey. Left-hand hand pass. Well, it goes to a Fitzroy player in Dunstan. Dunstan from 50 metres fires on goal.
It's 9-7.
And he scored the goal. That's what he wanted. Well, that's a poor hand pass from Robert Harvey. Michael Dunstan gets his first, and Fitzroy go to 9-7-61, and they trail the mighty Saints who are 14-9-93. Made any jottings on your paper, Daniel? I think you put down a Hawthorn goal. I'd like to hear about that.
Certainly Smoky Hawthorn are 14 points in front, 6-8-44 to Adelaide 4-6-30. And Essendon are leading Carlton 6-6-42, Carlton 4-5-29.
And the ball down in the centre of the ground, and up goes Jimmy Manson, and he takes it with him. The dashing Jimmy, he comes up through half forward, grabs, kicks it long. The Doc tries to knock it to ground. The Doc's thrown out. The Doc can't get a free kick. The ball going back toward him now. Soccer it, son. Soccer it. Too late. And the ball is going to be forced over the line for a rush behind for Fitzroy. StKilda 14-9-93. Fitzroy 9-8-62. And the ball going back down there to Timmy Pekin, the former Fitzroy player who played 107 games with Fitzroy, and his 100th today as he kicks it short. And the StKilda player has just hugged it to himself, and that's Bardsley. He's got the mark. He's almost half-back flank. He's going to kick out wide, and he does that now over to the Hawkins wing. They fly for the mark, and nobody can take it. Comes to ground, and this time it'll be a StKilda free kick. And over there to take the free will be Robert Harvey.
Harvey looks to go for the short pass, which he does. And he'll find a teammate. That's Damon Shaw. Couldn't take the mark. Now he's tackled. Ball jars free. Picked up by Bowie. Runs up the Hawkins wing. Goes to centre half forward. Should have been marked there by his Dunstan. Couldn't take the marks. And Kilda pushing it forward. Goes out towards Thornborough, the Saints. He taps it towards Winmar. The ball to the boundary line. Good stuff there by Winmar. Centres it. Up high is O'Brien. Can't take the mark. In goes Seacamp. Ball bounces off his hands, goes towards the boundary line, and the scramble of players comes out to wind at least to Fitzroy, kicks up towards the wing, and this time it bounces inside the line and goes out of bounds.
Jimmy kick with the wind then, Bradley.
9-8 the Roy boys. StKilda 14-9, 10 minutes gone in this third term at the Western Oval. Waiting for the ball to be thrown in. StKilda's attacking side of the wing. This will be Vidovic up against James Manson. Ball comes to ground, goes over towards Boyd. His hand pass is not effective. Playing for the free is Bardsley. Can't get it. It's picked up by Johnson with that incredible haircut. He's been effective today. Goes to centre half forward. Comes off the hands of the pack. Out the back is Devonport of StKilda. Now he'll bring the ball towards the members' wing. But he's kicked it towards the Fitzroy player in McGregor. Oh, the Scotsman, he runs around. Kicks down towards centre half forward. There's two Fitzroy players and they're taking the mark. Here's Malloy. Jared Malloy of Fitzroy will go back and have a shot at goal. He's 45 metres out, 45-degree angle, and Fitzroy trail by 6 kicks at the moment, and they would love this goal. 12 minutes gone the third term with the breeze to the Geelong Road end. In comes Malloy, a star of the future. Awkward kick, goes left, and it will just sneak in for a boundary throw-in. I thought it was going to be out in the full.
Well, it would have been if that StKilda player down there had used his brains, and I think that might have been Pekin.
It was, and the boundary umpire, this is Rossi Barr, is going to put the ball back into play. It certainly is, Harry. Don't try and tell me who the boundary umpires are. The ball's thrown back into play by Rossi. Down the back of the pack, kicked over his head by Little Johnson. In goes Grant. He's caught with the football. Ball cry the Fitzroy supporters. Anderson kicks it out of defence, but straight onto the chest of Jason Baldwin, right on 50. Here's Baldwin for Fitzroy. Drive it in deep, son. He goes for a short pass into the forward pocket. Ross Lyon has been paid a kick over the shoulder. He got a free kick, David Grant, the infringing player, right on the boundary line and about 20 metres from the behind post. It's going to be gloomy. I think Johnny Provan, as well as wiping the commentary box windows, you've got to put the lights on so we can see in the last quarter, because it's going to be impossible.
That's boundary umpire Delaney over there.
No, he's on this side, Harry, if you don't mind, thank you. And this is Rossi Lyon. Coming in to have a shot and goal. And he's put it through for a behind. A behind only, kicked by Rossi Lyon, so they go to 9-9, 63. Trotting StKilda by 30 points. The Saints 14 goals, 9. A total of 93 points. And here's the big H.
The ball about to be booted back into play by StKilda. Right down Bardsley's throat. That was a lovely kick in there by Pekin. He found his man okay. And Bardsley at centre half back. Immediately runs on now. Kicks out toward the Hawkins wing. That's against you, Nicky. No way known. Well, can you believe it? And now he'll give a free kick against the Fitzroy player.
Oh, that's terrible, isn't it?
Well, if you can work these umpires out, I can't. And we're waiting to see what's going to happen here. No one knows who's free
It's the
kick.
player who's run 100 yards up the ground. It's his free kick. David Grant, he had no idea, Harry, it was his ball. That's why he ran down the ground. That's how surprised the player was.
Well, it's a crazy business, this umpiring. And the ball
Excuse
is
me.
now going to the toward the boundary line, and it's over and out to be thrown in.
Johnny, back, please.
So we wait for the ball to be thrown in. It's almost on half-forward flank for StKilda. It's on the Dougie Hawkins wing side of the ground. StKilda are 14-9. They're 5 goals up on Fitzroy, who are 9-9. Ball being thrown in. Whole pack of players there. Fitzroy will bring it out. Hopefully they do. And they do now. It's come over to Manson. Manson kicks down towards centre half forward. Going up as McCarthy can't take the mark. There'll be no free kick. It doesn't matter how much you scream, you won't get it. Bardsley's got it for StKilda. He kicks it long. They fly for the mark and nobody can take it out the back. Will be Jason Baldwin. Baldwin of Fitzroy booting down. Running onto it now, 2 Fitzroy players. For heaven's sake, Dunstan pick it up. He does. What's he going to do? He kicks it down toward half forward. Nobody down there to take a mark. The Doc's got it. The Doc will kick it back. Straight to Cumming, and Cumming takes the mark for Fitzroy. Now he goes across. Oh, bad play, Ruzzi. Ruzzi called for it. Shouldn't have. He manages to get out of trouble. He he taps it across to big Jimmy Wine, or little Jimmy Wine. But up goes Gerard Malloy, and Malloy is taken off and taken a great mark. Now he came from the side of the pack. He got up early, he hung in the air, and then he was able to virtually take it on his chest. He's directly in front of goal. He's 15 metres out. He's at the Geelong Road end. And he should be able to put this through. It's Johnson. And he's moving in. Doesn't look anything like Malloy. And Johnson puts it through for a goal. And he's kicked 2. His number's 2. And Fitzroy have moved 1 goal closer. StKilda are 14-9-93. Fitzroy at 10-9-69. Danielle, have you got some scores from around the grounds?
At the MCG, Carlton are 4 points in front of Essendon, 7-6-48. Essendon 6-8-44. At Optus Oval, Richmond and Geelong. Richmond still down. Geelong leading 13-4-82 to Richmond 7-11-53. And Hawthorn are 20 points in front of Adelaide, 7-8-50 at Adelaide 4-6-30.
And the ball's back in the centre with umpire Prince. You can hang around, Daniel. You start giving scores like that as Vidovic goes up against Manson, who gets the tap down. Through charges Rossi Lyon. Puts his bottom up in the air and his head down. He gets a free kick advantage. Real played. It goes out to half forward. Ruse leading in the race for the ball. Well shepherded for. Swings around in the right arc. Passes the ball back in towards Rossi Lyon. 2 bites of the chair and he's marked right on 50. Go back and have a shot, Rossi. You can kick this with the wind up, you clacker, son. Right down the ground's going and he goes short. And it's marked by Boyd. Boyd inside 50. And this will make the difference, 3 goals, but the breeze, Tommy, seems to be more straight down the ground now than across as it was in the first half.
Well, it is straight down the ground according to the sock over there, unless that's got a big hole in it.
No, I don't think so. It was a bit limp in the reserves, a bit like me put together, I think, but this is Boyd. He'll kick from 50. Beautiful looking kick, but it's not quite going to make the distance. Slides through off hands for a behind. We'll give that one to Brad Boyd. That's his 3rd for the day. And Fitzroy go to 10 goals, 10-70. They're trailing by 23 points. The Saints are 14 goals, 9-93.
Okay, Brad.
Here's Pegan to kick it in for the Saints.
Oh, they get away with
Goes
it
out
every
again.
time.
Bardsley, 4th time this quarter. That's been the 1-2 trick. Back to Pekin. Goes for the short pass to Shanahan. Missed him. Goes out of bounds. Bad play. StKilda. It's on the Footscray members wing, even though we're at, we'll call it the Fitzroy members wing side of the ground. 55 metres around from the Fitzroy goal. There's a throw in. Vidovic goes up, just taps the ball in front of him, goes sort of down to the pack of players. The umpire, come on, bounce it here. No, Pekin's got it out. He gets it out to Bowie this time for StKilda. He's too slow. His kick is stopped. It goes to McCarthy. He centres the ball. Here's Ruse by himself. Just couldn't get back in time. The ball bounces. Ruse picks it up. Now he goes for a hand pass. Comes to ground. Johnson goes through the back. Johnson for Fitzroy. A goal. He's 3rd. Fitzroy's 11th. They're 11-10-76. StKilda 14-9-93. 20 minutes gone, 3rd term, and the Roys are starting to crawl.
Hear the crowd outside. They're on top of our box. And listen to the box go. Tommy, hang on to yourself, Tom. What do you think about that, Tommy?
I'll have to get a parachute, hurry to come down.
Well, the excitement now. Johnny Blackman, he's starting to barrack, and the ball back in the centre of the ground.
They've come alive. Oh!
Down it goes. Up will go Vidovic. Vidovic taps it out okay, but Fitzroy in the van. Coming out now toward David Grant. He's kicked it high and wide. Not so handsome. It's going very close to the boundary line. Stretch really does. Stretches right out. His kick is not good. Intercepted over there. This time by David Grant of StKilda. Back he goes. Ooh. He'll find a teammate there. And he took a bit of courage to do that. That was little Bet Bowery. He's got it over to Damon Shaw. Damon Shaw kicks it long. Fitzroy had a chance to mark. Out the back is Harvey. Harvey's coming onto it now. Harvey will swing back onto the right boot. Got a chance. Hand passes to Lowe. He waltzes in. And they got one back. He's got 4 goals, Lowe. And Lockett's not playing here today. So good effort by Lowe, and StKilda get it back. StKilda now, they move up to 15 goals 9, 99. Fitzroy 11, 10, 76. And we'll go round the grounds again with Danielle.
At the MCG, Carlton is still leading Essendon by 4 points, 7-6-48 to Essendon 6-8-44. Geelong 13-4, 82 to Richmond 7-13-55. And Hawthorn is still 20 points in front of Adelaide, 7-8-50, Adelaide 4-6-30.
Ball back in the centre of the ground. Quick comment, Tommy.
Well, as soon as Fitzroy get that breakaway, a goal or a couple of goals, StKilda are able to come back and get another one. But still, they're having that problem down there. They would get him so easy. There's always handball to someone who's on his own in the goal square.
Mitchell bounces. Manson gets the tap. It comes now to Boyd. It spills out. Grabbed by Grant of StKilda. High kick towards centre half forward. The pack wait for it. Thornborough running back. Couldn't hold it. O'Brien goes in hard. Ball, cry the Fitzroy supporters. And the umpire, that's Mitchell, hugs himself and he's going to bounce it. Point to the one you don't like, Johnny, of the umpires. That one in the middle with the ball.
He's pointed to
He's gone to the 3 of them. Yeah, thank you very much, Johnny. Vidovic gets the tap. Quick kick forward, push back by Fitzroy. In goes Big Thornborough. He shovels a hand pass out to Devonport, who kicks sideways. The umpire says play on. It was marked by Shaw. He goes to ground. Well done by Armstrong. He paddles the ball out to Baldwin. Baldwin back to Armstrong. Armstrong off the left boot. Here's McCarthy on a lead. Good play there by Bardsley to put his body in. Through goes Ross Lyon. He must get a free kick.
But yeah, Guts line.
Oh, well, he's a hard man, one of the hardest men in football. Jimmy Wine calls for it back in the centre. That's where he goes. Over. Oh, but Winmar anticipated, smothered the kick. It was meant for Dunstan. He sockers the ball forward. Can it pick sit for him? Yes, it does. He's got a man in the pocket, O'Brien. Beautiful kick by Winmar, and O'Brien marks 40 metres out from goal. And the defensive skill by Nicky Winmar there, superb. He anticipated that's as Harry was telegraphing the move. He was listening to you, that Nicky Winmar, and he said kick it over, and Jimmy was trying to, but Nicky smothered it off the boot. And here's the kick by O'Brien to the Barclay Street goal, and it's a turnover which is costly because O'Brien's kicked his 3rd, and the Saints go further in front, 16-9-105. They're back by 29 points. Fitzroy 11-10-76, and Tommy, that was brilliant by Nicky.
Brilliant play, but Wines would never have kicked the ball into it. It's one of the biggest mistakes in the business is kicking the ball into the man around you or the man on your mark. And nearly every goal they've got is from a turnover from Fitzroy.
Is Harvey best on the ground, Smokey?
Who was that,
Harvey, best on the ground so far?
Close to it.
Thank you. Well, it's been a great 3rd quarter. Fitzroy's rallied, but then the Saints have come home. And
there is no Kodak man of the match here today.
Bell's bounced, comes to Nathan Burke, finds Bowie, can't take the ball cleanly, he spins around, Saints back into attack, up will go Low, can't take the mark, comes to ground, this is Seacamp, he recovers well, hand pass goes out, looking for Baldwin, he's under pressure, he hand passes into the pack, it's picked up by StKilda, and it goes through for a point when Thornborough got these left boot to the ball, one behind only. Thornborough sounds a bit like a Sandringham player, Tommy, a thorn in the Borough's side.
Yes, we joke, yeah.
He was, Tommy.
And the ball was kicked out. Finds Ruse by himself on the wing. He'll pick it up. Now he's under pressure. Hand passes back. Finds a teammate. Gets it back to Ruse. Out of bounds. Ruse's hand pass was out of bounds. And so it'll be thrown in. 11-10-76 Fitzroy. StKilda 16-10-106. 25 minutes gone, 3rd term. And we're on the Uncle Doug wing here. Doug Hawkins. There's the throw in. Vidovic gets it down. Wine just can't rove the pack. Kicked away there by Winmar. Good play. going out is Shaw of St Kilda, jars it over to Devonport. He links with Winmar. The short pass will find Thornborough, and he's taken the mark 30 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
He's a big boy.
He certainly is. 5-goal lead here to St Kilda, kicking into the breeze, or what we think is the non-scoring end at the Barclay Street end, and he'll take his time. Yes, Tom Lath didn't like that description of a Sandringham player. Sandy, of course, on top in the VFA, playing on the weekend in the qualifying finals. The kick goes up, low goes up high, can't take the mark. It was through for behind anyway. And St Kilda now lead by 6 kicks, 16-11, 106. Fitzroy, 11-10, 76. 26 minutes gone. Danielle, any scores?
At the Optus Oval, Richmond have made a spirited comeback. They're now 9-14, 68, only down by 14 points to Geelong, 13-4, 82.
And the ball's been booted in. Fitzroy had an opportunity there, but sitting back to take the mark is Harvey. And Frawley. And Frawley's got that mark.
No, you were right,
across. Harvey in the first place. Okay, now it's to Peckett. Peckett in turn down to Nathan Burke. Burke, a good player all day for St Kilda. Hand passes to teammate Bardsley. He boots it long. Looked like a mark to Fitzroy's Manson. Manson didn't get it. Picked up by Damon Shaw. Damon Shaw has kicked it long, but Simon Hawkins in the way for Fitzroy. He boots it out to Baldwin. He's on his own. However, the ball won't stay in play, and it bounces over the boundary line to be thrown in. Now the ball is positioned on the half-forward flank at the Barclay Street end on the outer side of the ground. That's the end to which St Kilda's attacking, so it's St Kilda's half-forward flank. It's now high in the air. Up went the big fellow Manson. He tapped it down okay, but St Kilda are going to get it again through Devonport. They've booted it high in the air. There's 2-on-1 down there. Player called the umpire. Came out to Seacamp. Seacamp on the left boot has gone to find Baldwin yet again. It's off his fingertips and it's over the boundary line to be thrown in. St Kilda are 16-11, 107. Fitzroy 11-10, 76. That's 31 points the difference after 25 and a half, almost 26 minutes played down here at the Western Oval.
And Johnny Blackman and I agree, Harry. I don't think that these umpires will have too many finals. Ball tapped down, grabbed by Harvey, and he weaves his way beautifully through the pack and then fires a foot pass in, low on a lead. There was nothing they could do about that. And just one inaccurate hand pass from Harvey is the only blemish on an immaculate display. You would have enjoyed that, Bradley Beitzel.
It was just delicious. The boys from Moorabbin. Up the road from Sandringham.
And Craig O'Brien is limping off.
So young Gordon Fode's going to get a chance.
Yes, he is. So he'll go into that forward pocket as Stuart Lowe punts for goal and has put it through. I think it's another one. Yes, it is. That's goal number 5 for Stuart Lowe. And been a very effective spearhead today. And, of course, his first goal today was his 250th VFL AFL goal. But the Saints now leading by 37 points at the 27.5-minute mark of the third term, 17-11, 113 to 11-10, 76.
Well, it's the most accurate I think he's ever kicked, Tommy, this fellow Lowe.
No, I think he's kicked 6 in a game, Harry.
Yeah, but he can't kick over a cherry bob normally. He's improved today.
Well, the cherries are out of season. That's why he's going well.
Here's the bounce in the centre. St Kilda, they've got a 6-goal, 1 lead. It goes over to Vidovic, the bounce, straight down to Bowie. His tackle was too high. Bad tackle there by Armstrong of Fitzroy, and St Kilda were going to attack once again. He lays off to Bardsley. He'll fire into centre half forward. Up goes McGregor with one hand. Not much good. Lappin laps it up. Over to Thornborough. Free kick though. Back to Lappin on the 50-metre arc. And he'll take the free. Now, the Saints want to try and get one more kick here, one more goal, and he goes over and he finds Anderson unmarked. And Anderson now marks from 30 metres, 35, make that 40 metres out from the Barclay Street goals. Anderson moves in. He runs around the mark in some way, wasn't called to play on. Big kick towards the goals, and it just misses. It's a behind, near the behind post. And Fitzroy, 11-10, 76. St Kilda, 17-11, 113. 29 and a half minutes gone in this third term. In comes Paxman to kick down, centre half forward. Hawking at least, but he finds Vidovic. There's the siren. And Fitzroy will be trailing St Kilda at three-quarter time. Fitzroy 11-10, 76. St Kilda 17-12, 114. That quarter went about just under 30 minutes, and I'll just find out from Smokey who the goal kickers are.
I will indeed tell you that, Bradley, because the Saints now lead by 38 points.
Thanks, cousin.
And Stuart Lowe has kicked 5 at full forward in the absence of the injured Tony Lockett. 3 goals to Damon Shaw, who came off the bench and got those from the second quarter, and Craig O'Brien, who went off injured in that term. Single goal scorers for St Kilda: Nathan Burke, Nicky Winmar, Dean Anderson, Christian Bardsley, Wayne Thornborough and Matthew Lappin. For Fitzroy, Chris Johnson has kicked 3, Trent Cummings and John McCarthy 2, and singles to Paul Roos, Darren Wilden, Michael Dunstan and Jason Baldwin. Now that Essendon score on the board up there, Harry, the 3/4 time score, Essendon and Carlton at the MCG. You better read that one out for all the listeners, please.
Yes, it's a very tight game down at the MCG, and we have Essendon on 8-8-56.
What was that score?
And they're leading on 8-8-56 to 8-7-55. Now, Danielle, you might be able to update us with all the scores.
The games are still in progress at Optus Oval and Waverley, although Geelong of Billy Brownless has just kicked another goal and they're now leading by 20 points, 14-4-88 to Richmond 9-14-68. And Adelaide have cut back Hawthorn's lead to only 13 points. Hawthorn 7-10-52, Adelaide 5-9-39.
Okay, thank you for that. And we're going to take a break right now with the score down here. St Kilda 17-12, 114. Fitzroy 11-10-76. We take a break for major sponsor announcements.
Attention plasterers, builders, renovators and handymen. If you want superior adhesion for your plasterboard fixing, you should be using Rocor Stud Adhesive, the pure acrylic stud adhesive which gives you the maximum adhesion for your peace of mind. Forget the rest, stick with the best. Rocor Stud Adhesive. For your nearest stockist, phone ChemDep on 551 1222. Also ask about our other plaster products. Trade inquiries are also welcome. ChemDep, sponsors 3WRB. Heatherdale Pies and Cakes have been in Yarraville for 40 years. Keith Prentice, a lifetime Bulldog sponsor, still bakes to his grandmother's original Scottish recipes. A Footscray health inspection test proved Heatherdale pies have less than half the fat content of a mass-produced light pie. Old-time family know-how, beating modern-day technology. Mention this ad and buy a family meat or fruit pie at the old-time price of $3. Still located at 5 Anderson Street, Yarraville, Heatherdale Pies, proud sponsors 3WRB.
Like Express Post, footballers are always on the move all over the country. One day it's Melbourne, the next morning it's Sydney, even across town from Footscray to St Kilda. Express Post performance guaranteed. Letters, documents, items up to 3 kilos delivered, costing you less than other next day services. Express Post is as simple as posting a letter. Prepaid Express Post envelopes or satchels at your post office. Look for the Gold Street posting box and post before 6 p.m. Your business kicks goals with Express Post. Australia Post supports 3WRB. Victoria's largest independent suburban newspaper enables businesses and individuals to promote their services and products at competitive rates. From as low as $9, your message can reach up to 300,000 readers throughout the western region of Melbourne. For local news, sport and major events, read the Western Independent Weekly. To place your ad, phone 312-5777, 312-5777. We've got you covered. The Western Independent supports the voice of the West. Community Radio 3WRB FM, the voice of the West. Please help keep the voice strong. Become a subscriber. It costs $20 a year, and our address is PO Box 217, Sunshine 3020. WRB FM needs your help. Please subscribe. WRB-FM would like to thank the West End Market Complex, 47 McIntyre Road, Sunshine, for their continuing support in bringing you the voice of the West. The West End Market proudly supports 3WRB.
And now back to Harry Beitzel.
Anyhow, Robert Shaw is leaving the ground, and the Fitzroy supporters giving him a round of applause because this is his last time coaching Fitzroy. And it looks as though it's going to be a disappointing day for him in any event. Unless a miracle could happen here. They're trailing badly. 38 points down at the moment, Fitzroy. Would need a supreme effort for them to get back into this contest. St Kilda is definitely going with the breeze in this last quarter down to the Geelong Road end. And the umpire has the ball out in the centre of the ground. He's about to get things underway. And we're waiting for him to start the match. The siren has indicated that everything's okay. Now, I don't know what he's holding up for because there's not one television camera here today. So he doesn't have to be worried about TV. But we wait.
That was the 1 minute warning siren, I think, Harry. They're already early.
Well, they are ready early. Everyone wants to get it over and done with.
Not this umpire down here, H. What about this field umpire on the 50-metre arc? He's got some problem with his boot. Might be some chewy.
You got
Chewy on your boot, son.
They've all got something wrong with their eyes. I don't think it's their boot.
Pity, I think he was cleaning the mud up.
You better go to that place where you got your new glasses from, Tommy.
Yes,
That's
Paisley
right.
Wilkinson, and down it goes in the centre of the ground, and they still can't bounce it. And it's gone this time toward Fitzroy, Manson, but he's lost it. Comes out now to Nathan Burke. We reckon he can't play, and he kicks it long. And Seacamp comes out and takes the mark. He's down by the river today as he's coming in from centre half back. He's waved his arms. I don't know who he's calling to. Best thing to do is to kick it. He kicks it down, trying to find Paxman. Ball comes out to Boyd. He hand passes it straight into the arms of an opponent in Peckett. Peckett kicks it, an underground snake ball. The ball goes down toward the 50-metre line for the St Kilda side. Seacamp's there again, gets it over to Paxman. He got tackled well. It goes to Shaw. Shaw whips out the hand pass. Got it over very nicely indeed to Lappin. And Lappin's kick is not what you would call a fantastic kick. And so the ball has been forced over the boundary line to be thrown in. Now it's thrown in Cemetery Corner. And we're about to see the ball come in. No score yet. 114 St Kilda, 76 Fitzroy, and Smoke to get it alive.
Yes, and at three-quarter time, Hawthorn up by 12 points on Adelaide. I think the Tigers are fighting back, Danielle, as umpire Mitchell hugs himself. What's the latest score with the Tigers and the Cats still playing in the third quarter?
Yes, after missing a couple of really easy ones, Richmond have kicked their major through Mark Neld, and now they go to 10, 16, 76, 13 points behind Geelong, 14, 5, 89.
Lappin this time has a snap in towards full forward. The ball is bouncing free. Here's Nathan Burke running onto it in the goal square. Easy as you like, Burkey. And he goes bang and puts it through for his second goal. And this has worrying signs here for Fitzroy as the Saints move on to 18-12, 120. They can't move any higher up the ladder than 13th. Fitzroy, 11-10, 76. And the Saints play 44 points, that most famous margin in football history.
Tommy, this boy Lappin looks as though he might have a future.
Yes, he's got a bit of he's had a lot of promise, Harry. He disposes of the ball well. He's an accurate kick, and he's pretty clever on the ground. He can pick the ball up very well.
Okay, the ball on its way back to the centre. Here's Brad.
Manson to go up against Vidovic. And it's been a pretty good game up until three-quarter time, and St Kilda now looks like they'll be playing out just for the season, just playing out for time. There's the bounce, awkward one again. That umpire looked awkward as he put it down. It goes to Manson, another awkward person. Bad hand pass to Armstrong. He jars it out though to Wine. He goes to his teammate in Seacamp, and he kicks it up to centre half forward. A mark there, great mark McCarthy. The great McCarthy takes a great mark, but he's about 60 metres out. What's he going to do? Looks down towards the dock. There's a kick. Can the dock make pace? Can he hit the mark?
Yes!
Yes! Beautiful mark.
Well done, Bradley.
Oh, that was just delightful. The dock's marked, only about 20 metres out.
He's hobbling.
But look, he might need the...
He's hobbling.
He turns, he's back on the play, puts the ball down. Will he ask the umpire for a few moments just to let the pain dissipate? No. He's going to grit his teeth and go on. Kicking to the Barclay Street end is the dock. Fitzroy. 8 kicks down on St Kilda. For the pride of the Lions. What can he do? The dock. Wielden moves in. He'll use the right drop punt. Goes left, comes back. Oh, it might have snuck in. It has. He's second. Fitzroy, 12-10, 82. St Kilda, 18-12, 120. We've gone just 2 minutes into the last term at the Western Oval.
Beautiful use of the breeze. Didn't he allow for it perfectly?
Oh,
yes, yes. Keep the gay fade out of it, but nice fade, Johnny Blackman. Keep the gay part out of it.
Well, that was an in-swinger. And long overdue, Tommy.
Yes, it was long overdue, Harry. But when they play that longer game, Fitzroy, they look a lot better side. A couple of kicks they've taken it from the half-back line to kick a goal.
So the ball was bounced down in the centre and Vidovic knocked it down. It went out in the direction there of Burke and Jimmy Wine. He booted it off the ground, did Wine. Now over the top of his ruse. He puts it toward the boundary line. It's over and out. Under that should have been Coach's Club. And we wait for the ball to be thrown in from that centre wing position on the outer side of the ground. Now the rain is still falling down here at the Western Oval. One of the most pleasant grounds you can be at when it's raining.
Oh, the best.
And the ball thrown high in the air. Vidovic does tap it down again. There's a whole pile of players there. This will be a hug job. And it'll be another ball up.
What sort of job, H?
A hug job.
Right.
And StKilda at 120. They're leading Fitzroy 82. And we're going to keep our eye on the other scores, particularly the Richmond-Geelong match. Ball comes to ground. In goes Rossi, line for Fitzroy. Boots it out. Coming down in the direction there of the new boy on for Fitzroy and Rowan Waff. He didn't pick it up, unfortunately. It's going now close to the boundary line. Nathan Burke keeps it in, did it well. He got it out here in turn to Jimmy Pekin. Pekin's kicked it high in the air. Nobody can take the marker. Ball on ground. Ball up. Yes, sir. And we go to you, Danielle.
Geelong have just kicked 2 quick goals, 16-5, 101 to Richmond, 10-16, 76. And games in progression at other grounds, but not any scores at this stage.
Thank you, Danielle. And the ball down over there where Manson jumps high, gets it down nicely. It was taken out down there firstly by Jimmy Wine, and he got it to Dunstan. His kick is not good. Lappin was in there. His kick's not much better, so it's going to go back yet again. This time it'll come from the boot there of Brady Boyd. Boyd normally kicks it to a teammate. This time he misses, and it comes back to Burke. Burke of StKilda kicking across toward Bardsley. He lets it go for the more experienced Winmar. He'll chip it back now to the running Bardsley. Bardsley coming down on it. Oh, good shepherd down there by Bauer, but Jason Baldwin saw him coming, and there'll be a free kick. Free kick's going Fitzroy's way to Wrong.
Brett Bowie holding his head.
Yeah, it was that tackle. Fitzroy booting down. Johnston knocks it to the ground. In went Burke again. Hand past it straight away to Devonport. Devonport, right onto the chest of his teammate and Damon Shaw. And Shaw of StKilda can put his team into attack.
And he goes back to Devonport. Good running football. Devonport takes the mark. As Roos runs by, Devonport sees the open goal. Bangs it long down there. Good play by Big Paxman. He punches the ball away from Stuart Lowe, and the ball is across the line and out of bounds. 18-12, 120 StKilda, 12-10, 82 Fitzroy. We're still waiting for a three-quarter time score from Princes Park, Geelong and Richmond. Danielle will keep you posted there as the boundary umpire puts it back into play. Tap down, Big Lowe goes up, knocks back. Anderson, Dean Anderson fires on goal at Kilback, but I think it was a little late, was it? No, it's a goal. He's got it well. Looked like it might have curled back after it had crossed the line, but no. Greg Kennedy down there said that's all clear a goal. And the Saints go to 19-12, 126. And Fitzroy at 12-10, 82. The margin back to 44 points. And have we got a three-quarter time score yet, Danielle, up at Princes Park?
No, we haven't. It's still going. Geelong have gone further ahead, 17-5, 107 to Richmond, 10-16, 76.
Gee, that's very accurate kicking by Geelong.
What do you think, Tommy?
Well, that game, Harry, yes, it is, especially if it's raining up there, but they both had the same number of scoring shots.
Manson against Lazar. Up they go. Manson gets the tap down, looks for Boyd, goes past him, but comes out to the captain, Roos. He just can't get boot to ball. Back towards Boyd, in the back to him. He'll get a free kick. The Fitzroy player, Boyd, centre of the ground.
Was a lovely restaurant at one stage.
At centre half forward, and Manson fills up his chest. He'll get a free kick though. Which restaurant's that?
Lazar.
Oh, thank you. And nowadays, I think Danielle, it's a nightclub. Yeah, right. And Manson kicks right to the centre half forward position. Out comes Wilden. Ball's punched away by Shanahan. In goes Winmar of StKilda. It's picked up beautifully by Cummings. Shoots it out to Wind. Wind, or is it McGregor? He kicks to the centre half forward. Up goes McCarthy. Bounces off his chest. Pekin passes it out to an opponent there in Baldwin. Back towards Roos. Roos down to the goal square. It sort of bounces past a few players. Oh. It goes through the goal area, but it was touched. Who touched that, Smokey? A Fitzroy or a StKilda player?
Christian Bardsley of StKilda, number 14.
No, I thought it just might have been touched there by Johnson, one of the few errors he would have made today. But it's a behind, and Fitzroy 12-11, St Kilda 19-12.
And Lazar has come off and Big Everett has come on for the Saints.
It's the one.
Bradley.
It's the 1-2 move here. Peak into Bardsley. Bardsley off half-back. He'll go out here. And it's Everett of St Kilda taking the overhead mark. He just snatched out of Baldwin's hands. He's on the members' side, down to the Western Oval. Kicks up, looks for Thornborough. Can't take the mark. Comes to ground. Hawking picks it up. Punches it out to Roos, his captain. He tries to find Baldwin, but the boundary line's going to beat him. No, it does now. He was fighting there against Nathan Burke of St Kilda. And the ball was punched across the line about 70 metres around from the Barclay Street Fitzroy goals. I'll just stand up here because there's a few umbrellas up and we've got to look over them. There's the throw in. It's Everett against Manson. Manson wins. It goes to Bowie. Play on was a call. Looked like a tackle might have been too hard. Oh, that time it is. Oh, he's copped two. As Devonport. He copped one there from Brady Boyd. And the first one came from Lyon. Was that Smokey?
Lyon certainly gave him one. I think he was a second.
Oh, that was pretty tough
like
way to win a free
team
kick.
wrestling. They went bang, and then the second bloke went bang.
Well, anyway, Devonport's taken the kick up to the members' wing. Ball punched away. Another behind tackle.
Line's gone mad.
He's gone mad again. Winmar's into this as well. This is not good. Now he's paid a free kick, I think, to Fitzroy. I think he's reversed the kick, I think. He has. It's going to Lyon because Winmar came in to remonstrate.
After more than that.
After two late blows by Lyon. I wonder if he got reported.
Well, there's always the video.
Not here.
Lyon's kick goes towards an half forward. Out comes McCarthy. He's ridden to the ground by Burke. That'll be 50 metres. Oh, it's getting a bit tickly down here because these two bottom sides not much to play for. Here comes Manson. Off comes the helmet.
Oh, don't
Burke's
take it off him, you fool.
He's asked McCarthy to come down and kick from the goal square. All the players are coming in. Go down and kick the goal, McCarthy. In goes Beacon. His jumper's coming off. Oh, it's all happening here at the Western Oval. Give him the old 1-2. McCarthy's taking his time. Oh, it's on again.
Why doesn't that McCarthy kick the goal?
Well, his 50 metres only about, only about
30.
Wouldn't have been 50. Now McGregor's having a few words with Anderson. He's pointing his finger at him back on the brawl, which is about 10 metres away from the McCarthy kick. McCarthy kicks for a goal. The Fitzroy supporters like that. And now Lyons having a word with Chris Mitchell. Could this be Ross Lyons' last game?
That's
three
the third
goals
goal
to Lyon.
The McCarthy.
Sorry, to McCarthy. I've lost concentration there for a second, Smoke, with all the action off the ball.
Well, you can see how easy it is for the players, can't you?
Okay, now McCarthy should have got that ball through a lot quicker than that. And there is no doubt that Rossi Lyon is sort of making things a little bit warmer out there in the ground. Anyhow, the ball down in the centre of the ground. Up will go Big Everett. Puts out the leg. Didn't stop Jimmy Manson. He tapped it down. Winmar went in. Winmar gets a few hoots over the head of Nathan Burke. Jason Baldwin's got it for Fitzroy. They've stirred it up a bit. Oh, in goes Johnson. Should have got a free kick. Didn't get paid. Goes back to Jimmy Manson. The last bloke he should have gone for it. Winmar tries to kick it. Line goes in. There'll be something on there. What's that? The ball down to the forward line for Fitzroy. McCarthy can't pick it up. His teammate in coming Zuz. They're running onto the ball. Kicked off the ground by Peckett. Peckett's kick down toward the dock. The dock tries to go back after it. But Shanahan takes it over the boundary line to be thrown in.
Three-quarter time at Princes Park, Harry. Geelong 18-5, 113. Richmond 10-16, 76.
And the Fitzroy supporters have come to life. Well, it's nice to see in the last stanza that they're giving it something. And up will go Everett to tap it down. Goes loose, picked up by coming at an open goal in front of him. Should have been able to boot it. Ball going out toward Wharf. Goes over the boundary line. And we'll wait for it to be thrown in.
He was tripped, Harry.
And he was held after kicked it.
Jingos, you've seen free kicks coming out of their backsides at the moment, but it's still out of bounds and it's still going to be thrown in. So Fitzroy lost two, according to the experts up here. As the ball comes to ground, we wait for them to pounce on it. The chance out there now for the big fella in Roos. He can't pick it up, and there'll be another ball up. Another ball up for Fitzroy. It's inside their 50. They're on the half-forward flank. Everyone's up on their feet. You'll think
Sit down in front.
You'll think they're playing the national anthem. Down it goes. This should be Everett. Oh, does he give it a decent sort of a whack? He's headed to the half back flank for St Kilda, almost over the boundary line. Then will go
Harvey.
His teammate in Robert Harvey. Harvey got it out to Lappin. Lappin of St Kilda. Oh, up there, Kazali. Was that Boyd, Bradley Boyd? Jimmy Manson's picked it up. He kicks into a player in front of him. Danger coming up, I'd say, as the ball goes very close to the boundary line, and it's over and out from Damon Shaw. Fitzroy trailing. St Kilda 19-12, 126. Fitzroy 13-11-89. It's nice and close to the broadcasting point. Is smoking.
Oh, thank you very much, Harry. Your generosity only exceeded by your good looks as Hawking goes up. Gets it down to little Jimmy. Wine kicks it.
And 100 people have been hurt. Crew aboard this cargo ship, which smashed into rocks, were involved in a dramatic rescue. They abseiled across heavy seas to safety. Steve Kerry, 7 Nightly News.
And time now for sport with Jim Wilson. And Jim, Richmond's gallant season now in the hands of Sydney players.
Yes, Mitch, the